Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. See, you messed me up. You messed me up. Thank you too. What was that?
You're dead.
Because you guys were goofing right up until the moment.
Thank you to the bottom of his heart.
To the bottom.
Thank you to Jeff, the geography teacher, at the Applebee's bar.
The Applebee's. No, it's Chili's.
All right.
It's Chili's.
We are actually playing a horror-themed game tonight. You may not know. Thank you for joining us. We are the Castle Mac crew. Tonight is The Curse of Strahd. This has been ongoing for some time. You can catch up with our previous videos. You can find us on YouTube under Castle Mac. We're going to pick right up where we left off last. I'll let the players give some intros, just a little bit of housekeeping quickly. These are the Castle Mac inspiration beads. And this is a house rule. Beads.
Beans.
Do you want to eat them?
Lydia's not on board. These can be given out by the players to the players for exemplary role-playing. At least that's the theory. In practice, it gets given out in times of extreme duress for the characters, but it is a fun little house rule where players can recognize each other. I think we'll spend just a quick second running around the table, letting everyone introduce themselves and their characters. Y'all need to rein it in, so I'm going to start over here. Jeff, if you would, tell us a little bit about Hedge. We're just going to go briefly before we jump into the story.
He's a druid.
Okay. Is Isabel doing construction? Or...
She has a thing to build.
Okay.
Druid who's actually been in Barovia for countless years. He doesn't even know how long he's been here.
Right.
And recently joined up with the party, I guess right before Wizard of Wines?
Yep,
Right.
just before the Wizard of Wines, right. Because he knew about the druids that were wreaking havoc and causing problems. That's right. Cool.
And he has a man crush on Caecilius.
He does have a man crush on Caecilius.
Dragon man crush, right?
Dragon Man crush.
Waylon is the young noble, easily the youngest of the group. He's kind of, I guess he's become one of the longer tenured guys around here now.
Driessa.
Driessa and Kai, but like
They're OGs.
He's the middle of the pack.
yeah, he's getting a little long in the tooth for Barovia at least. I mean, over a week is a long time. Right? So you know, he's making friends and killing enemies and taking names.
How about you, Mr. Caecilius?
I am a red dragonborn paladin of Behemoth named Caecilius of Clan Raish. He is a bit gruff, but he is dedicated, trying to look after the party. He is concerned with definitely stopping Strahd, and he's endlessly caught in between trying to do good and his darker thoughts of being a red dragonborn.
Love it. How about Esme?
Esme is a war cleric, and she, at the last game, got turned into a werewolf, so she's got some lycanthropy going on.
That is.
She's gonna try not to eat her party, but she don't know.
Yeah, she can't promise that.
Mm-mm.
And how about Driessa?
Driessa is an Asmar sorceress. Sorry, my allergies.
All good. All right, cool. Well, we last left off. Let's see what happened last session.
A lot of
Vampire.
depressing shit.
Yep, it was pretty grim. You guys left Kresk in
Werewolf.
ruins,
Mm-hmm.
essentially leaderless, and with the abbot having been, or the whole abbey being brought down to rubble.
I ate a deer.
Oh yeah, Lydia's character was butt naked and covered in deer blood.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, just like a regular Sunday night.
Okay. You guys fought some werewolves on the road.
True.
And these werewolves, they full circle brought closure to a previous mystery that the party was following, where children were going missing on the Sword Coast. That's kind of what got
That's
them
what
started investigating.
Driessa and I
this.
had investigated with Bryce and Ava.
Right. Yep. So discovered that they would take the children and make them battle each other.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially the strongest would be turned into werewolves.
Though we do not know beyond Driessa that they battle.
I'm the
each
only
other.
one.
Only Driessa knows that particular truth.
So it doesn't seem like a big priority.
Right. Until she shares that with everybody. After which, the party discovered, horrendously, that Esme was in fact bitten, as was Wayland, although he seems to have withstood the disease. Esme was turned into a werewolf at night, and they found her outside of the city walls in a quite grisly display.
And where did I get? Oh, I had that dream where my angel daddy was like, "You have to bring happiness, angel dad." Yeah, I heard about the daddy last night.
The deity.
Oh, deity. My deity.
No, I'm talking about Sean and Steven.
Oh, well,
Obviously that.
I thought this was something new.
Jeff's over there like,
Whatever.
yeah. And he said that I have to restore happiness to Barovia or like something similar to that. I definitely remember it was so important, and I definitely remember
It
it.
was so important.
Good, I'm glad you do.
We also met with the Burgomeister.
right.
Said we would deal with Lady Voucher. We also, filled him in on what had taken place. And then one of Strahd's servants came to the door and said there would be a wedding in Vallaki in 2 weeks.
That's right.
So we do feel like we're a bit
We
on
got
a
a
time
little
crunch.
bit.
And
Bit
found
under the
out
gun.
Bryce has left.
And Bryce left to take on Strahd himself.
Bryce, yep. When Bryce heard about Ava's death, he bounced.
Hoping that he's just dead
Yeah.
and not undead.
This is
Whatever.
only Barovia. He
Yeah.
should be fine.
Yeah.
He's not fine,
nothing
everybody.
tragic
He
about
is
it.
not fine.
And finally, yes, you brought wine back to Vallaki, which did, I think, endear you to the people quite a bit. In fact, you were hailed essentially as returning heroes. And the Baron did piggyback on that goodwill, but he was also at least gracious enough to share it with you all. And he was planning to do the wine festival next, and has asked you to deal with the Lady Vaughter.
Which we said we would.
Yeah, in the morning, but it happened to be at night that Esme turned into a werewolf.
Yeah.
So we've had no sleep.
Just derailed you just a little bit.
Not one of us.
That's right. Yeah, no one had a long rest.
Esme did. No, we had a long rest at the church. You said so. The DM said so.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if I said so, I guess.
Oops, I am already applying it.
I applied the button. I
That's
would
fine.
know.
You're good.
I
Take it.
touched
So we
it.
can.
Yes,
Yes.
you can.
No, because we went to the church and everything was safe.
Oh, yeah,
and
because
no
we,
one-
like, just bunked up on the floor.
And you gave us all of our letters and our rocks.
Yep.
And then
That's
we
right.
took a long
Letters
rest.
and rocks, though. That's correct.
I
Cool.
know.
Okay, well, you all stayed at the church then.
Truth.
What would you all like to do in the morning? Dawn comes to a dismal morning. A light rain, a gentle breeze, black sky. You wake to the sounds of Father Lucian going through some of his litanies. He starts lighting candles. There are people here. Seems actually rather populated. It seems like a happening place to be right now because, well, I just think you've brought some hope back to people, and so it's rekindled some of their belief. So people are seeking comfort with the church.
Is there, like, a morning service going on right now?
I think there will be. I think it's a little too early, but I think he'll probably do a morning service. Something small, it's not the day of whatever the Sabbath that they would celebrate.
Caecilius would go out and greet people and talk to them in a slightly ceremonial way, but also in like a bit of a performance, like, thank you for coming. We are glad you're here. The morning Lord appreciates your faith and servitude.
Dang. Why don't you go ahead and roll performance just to see? Not that you can't botch this. I don't think.
So 22.
You crush it. I think Father Lucian even kind of sees what's going on, steps aside a little bit, and people kind of congregate to you a little bit. And one of them, just kind of a hobbled old woman, she's like, "There were tales of dragon who kept these lands safe. Are you related?"
I wish I could say that I was. Though perhaps all dragons and dragonborn are related somewhere along the line. But I'm not from here. But I know of what you speak. The silver dragon and Arginva story.
Yes. My father gave me a coin with a silver dragon on him. I've kept it here ever since. She reaches into a tattered pocket.
He had one, I think,
Yep.
from Lucian, but
Yep.
He'll pull
She
his
pulls hers out, and it's got a hole punched in it and a leather cord tied around it. And she's sort of like, yes, just like that one. And she runs her gnarled fingers over it, and it seems to bring some joy to her face.
does hers look dirtier or like more beat up?
No,
than
hers
the-
looks like it's actually like she's kept it.
She's maintained.
They
Okay.
have very few possessions, so she's clearly maintained this. I think it's a sentimental trinket of hers.
I cannot speak of this place, but having the token of a dragon is nothing to be taken lightly. It has protected you this long.
She nods and says, "Of course. Perhaps your coming here is truly a miracle of the Morning Lord. Thank you again. Thank you." And she kind of like touches you. Just puts a hand on your armor, almost reverently.
He pats it gently, but absolutely is thinking that this is 100% proper, as he sees it as like,
Yeah.
I mean, we've liberated, we've fought, like I've given ceremonies at the church, like
Sure.
I don't think he's skipping. I mean, he's not being unkind or like shitty, but
But he doesn't feel awkward about it.
no,
He's
not
like,
one bit,
Yep.
not one bit.
Do your thing. Yep.
Yeah.
Makes total sense to me. Okay, so you continue kind of doing that, and you have some moments. I think you rolled so well with your performance check. You spend time with each person. Kind of each of them bear a similar sentiment. They clearly are hailing all of you. Some of them ask you obliquely about your travels. I don't think you go into too much detail, but you enthrall them, and they. I mean, even Father Lucian is just like, cool, I guess. I mean, he doesn't look put off or anything. He doesn't look put out. He just is sort of like, I'm going to let this happen because he understands that it's good for his flock. What do the rest of you do in the morning while you see the people banding about Caecilius?
I feel like this would be a time that Esme would normally try to like stand with Caecilius and like do a sermon, but like I'm afraid of eating everyone.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I don't know when that hunger is going to strike.
Yeah, I think you've got that gnawing feeling in the pit of your belly.
That's
you
like,
know?
oh my god, this could happen anytime.
Yeah, like it's a guilt.
Because it's the only
know?
time that it's ever happened, and I don't know like when to correlate like the hunger,
True. Yeah.
So I'm probably just scared of like
So
losing control.
you're just kind of standing in the back, watching a little bit, lost in your thoughts. What are you doing?
I guess lost in my thoughts, but more so just like afraid that like when people will know, they'll be able to see me and they'll be able to know somehow, or like losing control and having it take over me and like eating my friends or like this congregation.
I dig it. What about Waylon? What's Waylon up to?
Wayland's, he is standing back because it's weighing heavy on his conscience that he was the one who was supposed to be on guard duty and watching.
Oh god, that's right.
So he did get some sleep last night, but it was not good sleep very much, and he's weighing the options in his head of like, not options, but how he could have done better and that it was his fault, and mulling over that, kind of turning that stone over and over and over again.
Makes sense.
How things could have been different, because he does care for these friends quite a bit, and now one of them is obviously very sick and scared, and he feels like he could have done something more.
Makes sense to me. And how about Driessa? Here's Caecilius kind of living it up as a hero. You've got Esme, I don't know, brooding, maybe avoiding people for the most part. You've got Wayland, who's watching but detached. What is Driessa doing?
She's probably like watching Caecilius and rolling her eyes a little bit, but also smiling. Not in a like shitty rolling her eyes kind of way, but just like, there he goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, that's his nature. That's what he does.
And then she would probably like get up and go behind him and like follow suit.
Okay. Yeah, and I think you kind of roll right into it naturally as well. For you, it's more natural charisma. He's got like rote and ritual
Do you
and
feel
practiced.
Do you feel like Caecilius like preaching is a little bit more like, to you, does it feel like insincere because it's coming from like a top place instead of like an innate place?
Mm-mm.
No.
But she's seen him play the role he needs to roll just to get from like town to town
Right.
here so often that she
Yeah.
just sees him slip right into it and knows, okay, he's in
Yeah.
he's
It's
in
like
the zone.
putting that shoe on and
Yeah.
becoming
That's
like,
right. Yeah, puts on that mask. But you also
He
know
is
him.
devout.
Yeah.
Right. I was about to
Yeah.
say, you know that it is legitimate, right?
But it doesn't
he
feel
is a
that way for you.
paladin.
But like for us, it seems like you're like
I think it does feel that way for him. I think he feels like this is natural. Like, he's a paladin. He's been granted divine power.
Well, yeah, it feels that way for him, but like us being like in his party, like sees him as like this gruff kind of guy, and then all of a sudden, like in front of these people, he becomes like a devout.
I think it's
You
more
know?
of when he's within the church is more of his spiritual side comes out more than just the people. It just happens that the couple of times we've left the church or been at the church, there have been a little bit of people trickling in. Last time we left the church, Driessa actually was looked at as an
Also,
angel,
he's not preaching by sword right now.
Yeah.
He's preaching by word.
When I feel like
not
there's
smiting
two
anybody.
like kind of sides to Caecilius that I would see, like the side that like I see when he's not in front of people, and then the side that he becomes when he is in front of people. Would you agree? I don't want to.
I mean, that's a fine assumption for me. I mean, I have my own thoughts on Caecilius, but that's okay with me.
I think while we're doing that though, while he'd be saying what he's saying and speaking, I would just merely be behind him and just like touching people's like faces or hands or like
And you're clearly such a calming
or like
presence for
touching
them.
their heart, and
Yeah.
just letting them feel like my warm aura, just
Right.
like touch
And you're
them.
basically an angel. So I think it for them it is basically transcendental in some ways, I think, and they feel lucky to have been in your presence. What about Hedge?
Sweet Hedgie.
Sweet baby Hedge.
Sweet.
Hedge is
Hedge.
outside the city,
Okay.
looking for tracks.
Looking for what kind of tracks?
Bryce's tracks.
For Bryce's tracks.
Oh.
Interesting. Hadn't thought about that. It would have been 2 days. There's a persistent rain. So why don't you roll me survival? I'm gonna set it a pretty high difficulty though.
What is it?
Bryce,
Is it
Bryce
really
is also
like-
good at covering.
Oh, I
his
know.
tracks. Not that he would have thought about
Well,
it.
he doesn't know anything about Bryce.
He doesn't know. Right?
He's just like, oh, your friend's missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you look, you spend some time, you find tracks, but they're hunters. You don't know him, so you don't really know what track he leaves. You do see hunters' tracks, and you find some narrow paths that lead north to the lake. In fact, you do find a fairly well-beaten path to the north. You do come upon a Vistani camp to the southwest, and you're a keen enough tracker, and it's been a while, but it comes back to you. You notice small and lighter footfalls that have the gait of an adult, but they seem to have the weight and size of a child. And as you look at them, you realize they're elves. There's elves to the southwest of Valaki.
Elves.
Elves. Elven.
Elven.
Ooze.
Interesting.
But you do see a Vistani camp as well.
Are Vistani all human? Or human?
Yes. Yeah, they're all human.
yeah.
They basically look like Roma. Like, bright colors. They, as opposed to everyone else in Barovia, seem to lead pretty good lives.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I know that. I just know if they were all human or if they have like a mixture of others.
They, as far as you guys can tell, they are all human.
He'll just from this point on. I
Yeah.
don't think I'd find any around here, but he would be on the lookout for the plant,
Okay.
Wolfsbane or whatever it is, or
Belladonna.
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 Which I had in my vision.
Yes, you had Belladonna
Mm.
seen in your vision, right?
Belladonna is like a black, like pearly
Yeah, it's a little black beads, I guess. Bees?
Beans.
So he'll get frustrated a little bit at that of not being able to find the tracks because he was like hoping to like
Help.
he thought that would cheer everyone else up, knowing it probably would have the opposite effect.
Right.
The player with the PC doesn't know that.
I do want to show you one thing you see to the southwest, because it's you don't see it unless you're kind of looking for it, but as you're tracking around, you see this in the distance. It's like a little hill. There are wagons and a big tent on the top, and then little huts jutting out of the hill that are partially built into the hill.
Like
with,
a permanent.
it looks to be permanent. And again, you saw the footprints of elves. It's
Interesting.
really kind of strange.
Okay. Well, it doesn't mean a whole lot to him. He's like,
Yeah.
and he'll just flap back to town.
Oh, are you as a raven right now?
No, he's just
No,
running
his,
around.
his feet
He's
flap.
flapping.
Flap back. Okay, okay. Like actual flapping. Ew,
He's papping back to town.
All
y'all.
right.
He runs around barefoot all
Yeah,
the time.
I would imagine so. Does he have a staff?
does.
Narwhal's old staff?
That's it. Staff and his no underwear,
Staff
as we
protection.
attested last time.
I think sometimes he walks, and this one's will kind of hold it to the side and kind of run like that gait, and then back to walking.
He's quick.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys kind of wrap up. I think you're gone for most of the morning. You
Yeah.
come back. Father Lucian does perform a service, and in that service, he invokes you all. Like he's clearly like, we have ever preached that the morning Lord is here with us, though the sun may not shine. He speaks to us in other ways. He sends us signs. I believe some of those signs are with us this day. So on and so forth. Continues on, holding you all up as a sign sent from the morning Lord. And the people, they're eating it up. They need hope. Sermon wraps up. What do you guys do next?
I think Wayland would probably find Caecilius and let him know that we need to get a move on, that we do have a timeline of 2 weeks.
Would
Or remind him because he thinks he knows.
any of us know how to cure lycanthropy at this point?
Absolutely not.
No.
It is not a thing.
We
any
wouldn't
of
even
you-
know what to look for.
You didn't even really know what it was.
Totally,
You've
yeah.
now surmised that was the cause because you've essentially turned into one. But you weren't like, oh, that's how werewolves. Like you didn't even know. You wouldn't
Well,
even
that
know
wasn't
they're
even
called
like a real
werewolves.
thing, like in the Sword Coast, right?
I mean, it is. It's just a thing you guys didn't know about. It's not a thing that's necessarily common knowledge.
Common cold.
Yeah.
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 And also, when
It's
we
more
found out
difficult.
about the Were Ravens, it just seemed like that was just like a family
Right.
line,
It seemed like a family
a
thing.
lineage thing.
Yeah.
But they would probably
I'm
know.
gonna get bit by a raven.
They
Seems-
probably would. They probably would.
Okay.
Well, I thought we did know that Belladonna would be through her dream that would cure her of it.
We know
make
that there's a
sense.
flower, right?
Well, I saw the flower and then I felt a sense that everything would be fine, something like that, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
You got it in a not so shrouded message. Right.
The understanding that you have in a dream that seems completely inevitable.
Right.
No dream I never have.
To Wayland, he'd be like, trust me, I feel the ticking of time away. If we're leaving these people with gladder hearts, then we're going to leave this town. But to Lady Vocta,
Yes. Well, Osprey and I are ready, packed, and willing.
I think we're going right into her home. But I'm ready for Osprey to watch at the door for anybody to leave. Do you feel that you're up to taking out Lady Vocta?
I will do what I can while I can.
I mean, if you eat her, I don't think anyone will complain. Attempting to joke with you.
Let's not joke about that.
Mm.
Fair enough.
All right.
Hedges back.
Yeah, I think Hedge is back
Question.
at some point. Right. Early to mid morning.
Yeah.
9:30 or something.
Lady Vocta resides in
She
Valaki?
does.
Okay.
Yep.
Missed that part.
Oh yeah, sorry.
She's all good.
She has like a townhouse like
It's
2
all good.
streets over.
Osprey and I are still
Um,
ready.
She's the competitor, effectively, to the Burgomeister.
Yeah.
What is that
We still
ring
ready?
that you gave me made out of?
It was copper, right? Because
Copper?
a patina on it. It was like the greenish copper that's been exposed to
Okay.
air for a while, right?
Mhm.
I think it was.
So it's made of metal.
No.
Note to self: all bad
metal.
guys have heat metal. Heat metal. Get you back.
Druids hate metal, don't they?
They don't hate it. I mean, they use some metal weapons, not metal armor though.
Okay.
Right.
Hedge is back, right? Driessa would take like whisper message thing to Hedge and be like, "Come over here." I'm assuming you're near Caecilius.
He kind of looks around. What are you?
She's standing like 30 feet away. Like,
It's Driessa. Just
Oh, hello.
here. Oh my god.
He scurries over.
It would pain me to lose another member of this party, and because you like to run off often, it would give me peace of mind being able to know that you hadn't disappeared and that you weren't going to come back, or even worse, that something had happened to you. would you be okay wearing this ring so that I might be able to find you if you do ever get lost from us?
He kind of looks at it for a second. He just puts it on his finger. And then hugs you.
Aww. I'll hug him back.
Cool. And I think you hug him and then let go, and then you try it. Like, you kind of twist the ring, and you can see his, like, hand looks like it's glowing like a beacon. Yeah.
Type.
So you just know.
She can
No
she can
matter-
activate it, and she can see it anywhere, or at
Okay.
least the direction. It will get smaller to indicate direction, but
It's
she'll
not like she can
always,
see through my eyes or anything
No,
like that.
no. But she'll always be able to see the direction and roughly gauge the distance.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. I learned from the master. Jeff is the master of magic items, if you guys didn't know.
We're all trying.
He always inspires me to be like, no, I'm going to come up with something cool here. Okay. Where to? So the party is assembled. You're at the church. You've handed him the other half of the Ring of Finding.
We all go back to the inn though and get like our armor and weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you didn't have all your stuff. So yeah, you show up to the inn. People are eating breakfast there.
I want to pull what's her name?
Danica?
Danica. I wanna pull her aside.
Okay. Do you know Danica?
No.
Not really. Remember, you're not like Ava.
No, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you pull her aside and she... I mean, it's a little bit busy because there's breakfast going on and you approach her.
Well, I feel like Danica. I did talk to her when she was I kind of gave her like that. I'm glad that you.
That's true. She certainly knows who you are.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's not like
That's
nice
true.
to meet
right,
you.
Right.
Okay.
You know who she is, yeah. And she knows who you are.
Sure.
Understands. So you come up to her and she's like, what can I do for you?
You know about the werewolves in Barovia.
She kind of looks around and she's like, well, sure. Brutal, vicious things.
Of course.
We used to keep an eye on them, but
Of course.
they became a little bit too crafty.
Have you ever known one to be cured?
No.
You've never known anyone to have been bitten.
She kind of leans in a little bit and she's like, can't say I do, but
I think I've seen it.
have ya? I'm gonna give her an insight check real quick.
She's about to
Fine.
stab you.
Doesn't know. That's fine. I deserve it.
I don't know if they... Are you wondering if you can save them?
Yes. It's a quite sad story.
I suppose it is. For my own family, it's... Well, it's passed down. But I don't know about them. I have heard that the bite can turn you.
It seems like a curse.
That it does. For us, we can control it. I suppose they can too. Perhaps they come to control it. I do remember stories about those who had survived encounters with them disappearing. Someone, weeks or months later, claiming they saw them out in the woods. But I don't know about any cures.
I didn't know if it was written into the folklore.
Says, here's what I know about werewolves. They're terrified of silver. They're as mean as can be. Well, I suppose that's about it.
Okay.
Do you want me to keep my ears open? I can talk to me dad about it. He might know a bit more.
I don't want you to do that. I just want you to pray for them.
Well, I'm not much for praying, but
You could just try.
Damn.
it's like, I will. If you'll excuse me, I've got a busy rush right
Of
now.
course.
She heads off, gets back to work while you all suit up, get your armor on. Go ahead, open it.
I'm just gonna look at it.
Yeah, okay.
I just wanted to look at it.
So you guys are chilling in the inn. Get your stuff, get your armor on, fully decked
What is
out.
my armor made of?
What do you mean?
Silver.
You're in plate mail, right?
Yeah.
And it was quite ornate, if I
Yeah,
recall.
it is.
Probably mithril. Well, it's probably at least inlaid with mithril.
It's not silver though.
It's definitely not silver.
Okay.
It's definitely silver.
What about the raven stone thing that the magic item?
No, that's not silver either. I think it
Okay.
was. I
I
thought
want
it was brass.
Is it
I
brass?
think it's burnished
I
brass.
didn't read, but I
if
just
remember
wanted to make
correctly.
sure.
It might be silver.
Well, if that's the case, that's gonna.
Caecilius' sword, however, is infused with silver. You can see that the edges are silver that have been folded onto the blade and then sharpened.
remember he got
so
it
it's
silvered.
like a two-tone blade. like the lighter silver and the steel in the middle.
He and Bryce.
Yep. Bryce does have a silvered pipe.
Platinum.
Platinum. There you go. Okay, so you all are fully kitted out and ready to go.
What happens if a werewolf is hit by silver?
If a werewolf is hit by silver, well, I can't tell you that.
Okay, well, like,
It's not pretty. Remember Caecilius had hit him with silver, and it was like burning and searing them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Would I have made that connection by now?
I think it's reasonable too. I mean, you guys probably at least discussed it on the way back.
Well, I tested mine.
Yeah, we tested the
my
blade.
blade on
Oh,
you,
that's right.
Oh, that's right.
You
Yeah,
did
yeah,
test
you
it.
and
did.
it burned, and then I tested on you, and it didn't.
did.
So
Right,
that's
yeah.
how we figured it out.
Okay,
Like the thing,
the thing.
putting it in the blood.
Totally.
All right,
I mean, Caecilius, I'm ready to go when you are.
let's move then.
Anybody have an argument on why we don't just knock on the door and tell her she's got to go?
I can't think
No
of anything
argument.
better.
All
An
right,
eviction notice sounds good enough.
fair enough.
Guess we head there.
How far is it?
I mean, it's not far. It's kind of more or less just down the street, really.
Is it within Valaki?
Oh yeah. It's within the walls of Valaki.
It wasn't for some reason.
See?
Nope. It is just kind of down the road, kind of by the main. Remember that square where there were people in the
Stocks.
stocks with donkey heads on? It's near there.
Cool.
Okay.
Have we seen her sons lately?
No, I don't think so. But you've seen them around. They're not strangers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Without further ado, you all arrive at the house.
One more question.
Please.
What was the little girl's name?
What little girl?
The one that we
Ursula.
found. Ursula.
And Ursula's not there. Remember, Danica said doesn't know where Ursula is.
No.
I didn't.
When
know
did
that.
she say
I
that?
don't remember
You didn't
that
say
at all.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never said
Oh,
that
then
yet.
that didn't happen. Then.
Can we?
No, I don't think she says anything about it just yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
We just assume Ursula's like doing chores.
yeah. You make that
File
assumption.
not found in the
Yeah.
Yeah, you make that assumption.
Error 404.
It's like when
Hey,
Isabel
Brock.
took all those werewolves out.
Yeah, just put all the bad guys out. Just
Yeah.
rewind. Or when Sean was like, the lich. I mean,
Yeah.
oh crap.
That was the worst.
That was good.
That's the worst. I still feel bad about it.
Y'all don't need to worry about it. She's fine. Ursula's fine.
Mhm,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
When we get there, have a question.
Okay, sure. Any other? Okay, you all easily find where the house is. In fact, well, I don't need to show you a map of. I don't think it'll add much to it, but yeah, it's kind of southeast side of Valaki, and you get there, and the very house itself seems disgusted with itself. A slouching roof hangs over heavy furrowed gables, and moss-covered walls sag and bulge under the weight of the vegetation. As you study the house's sullen look, you hear the edifice actually let out a groan, as the house seems to settle a little bit. Only then do you realize the extent to which the house hates what it's become. You see an ornate front door with stained glass inlaid in a wooden frame that's carved. It looks like it was maybe nice once, hundreds of years ago.
Double doors or single doors?
Double doors.
Can a horse fit in the door?
It would be tight. It's pretty low to the ground. I mean, these are built in like that kind of old classic style. It's probably got the door frame comes maybe 7 feet high. It would be, when I say double doors, the doors are probably 2.5 feet each. So it's maybe this wide, maybe this high.
Worth a shot. And then
You had a question when you got there?
that was it.
Oh, can a horse fit in the door?
Fit through the door.
Okay.
Well, this will be interesting. What do you all do? You're just standing out looking up at this disgusting disgrace of a house.
You go up and bang on the door.
Alright.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm actually wasting no time. I'm with him.
yeah, just
Waylon's gonna take kind of street perch on Osprey. Watch them.
Standing on the horse,
Yep.
watching the door. Alright,
Watching
you all
the door and
walk up
watching
to
the
the
street.
door.
I kind of feel like, just to give some background, like, I kind of feels like her time is like I gotta use it now because like I'm probably gonna like eat my friends soon. So like I want to like do all.
Don't eat your friends. Hey, thank you for the raid. Welcome party. Hopefully Esme doesn't turn into a werewolf and
Thanks,
eat her
everyone.
friends.
I might eat welcome party.
Might eat.
This is welcome
You
party.
guys may need to get out or she's gonna eat you. Alright, so you guys, they are at the door to Vokter House in Valaki. So the two of you march right up to the door. What about Driessa? What do you do, Driessa?
She's just standing behind them.
Cool. And Waylon's out on the street. Hedge come up with them.
He's
Caecilius.
like there too at the front door, and he just kind of trying to wedge himself in between them.
Alright.
Trying to wiggle in.
Wedgie, hedgie.
No, hedge wedge.
Okay.
Little hedge
Alright,
wedge.
alright. Good. You bang on the door, and very quickly the door opens. You find a tall, gaunt man, sunken cheeks and like high, prominent cheekbones. He's balding and maybe on the far side of 70, a little bit gnarled. And he opens the door and says, "Ah, yes, the lady has been expecting you. Right this way, if you would, please, sir.
And who are you?
Madam, I am the lady's manservant. Please, come in.
And
come
your
in.
name?
My name is Manfred. What's your name?
My name is Esme.
Wonderful. Please, right this way. The lady doesn't like to be kept waiting."
This doesn't surprise me in the least. Ching, ching.
Go up the stairs of my plate mail.
Alright, you come in and there's a vestibule, and at this vestibule, you're at the bottom of the landing. You can see steps leading up to the top story, and then stained glass windows to the left and right, and the stained glass window kind of leading back out to the foyer and the entranceway. He opens the left door and comes in, and you find a woman, hair up, gray mostly, sitting very properly, legs crossed, hands on her knees. There's a glass of wine beside her, and there is a silver platter with
How would she have
5.
gotten wine?
The wine's been distributed, hasn't it? Like,
Yeah, she had a store. Doesn't matter. She just got some. Silver platter, 5 glasses of wine. And she looks at you as you come in first, and she says, "You are an interesting sight. The Dragon Man Caecilius, savior of the wine. Please come in and have a seat, won't you?" She takes a sip of her wine.
Don't know if we're going to have that much time for a seat.
"Nonsense," sets her wine down. "There's always time for wine." She stands up very slowly and very properly and comes over to you and extends a hand to you. "I am Lady Fiona Vokter."
He will take her hand.
I'm Caecilius of House Raish, also liberator of young girls that would be killed
She
from a
says,
book club.
"Well, my book club would never be involved in anything so sinister."
He would be not breaking her hand, but definitely
Giving it a squeeze.
letting the level of strength in his hand
shown.
be known.
Yeah. She doesn't lose your gaze. She's like, "Whatever it is that someone claims to be doing, I hope to know more about that. My book club is only about the, well, perseverance of knowledge. And you are? You're right behind him, right? I do not know your name, I'm afraid.
Well, I am Esme.
Esme, the pleasure is mine." Extends a hand to you.
As a lady, do I explain
And your hands just kind of awkwardly, they just kind of limply hit each other. You guys intertwine.
Waylon cringes at the bad manners. Like,
Are you outside still? Or you
Waylon,
you
when
dismount?
seeing everybody go in, kind
Yeah,
of
you
tie
throw
up
his.
Osprey.
Yeah, you tie him up and come
Yeah.
inside. You don't even need to tie him up anymore.
Yeah.
So the order was you two. I think you were next. And she's like, "The radiant Driessa. Do you know how you were described to me? As an angelic vision. And that was not an exaggeration. The pleasure is mine, Driessa." She looks at you. "I do not know your name, I'm afraid."
Hedge! I am Hedge!
"Then Hedge, welcome. Welcome to my abode."
When are you leaving?
That was direct. Puts her hands behind her back. "I have no intention of leaving. My family has been in Valaki since the beginning."
She's leaving, alright?
"Am I leaving, Caecilius?"
Afraid so.
Told you.
Perhaps we should discuss this a bit more. Hey, thank you very much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
that.
I was like, what is that?
It's like
She says-
she just dropped some gold.
Yeah.
Did Hedge do that?
Need to go mute that.
Yeah.
And you are Waylon, is that correct? The Horse Lord?
Man.
The most lovely horse in all of Barovia, to be sure.
Well, that is for you to discuss with him.
Welcome. Won't you drink? You can rest assured, my friend, that it has not been tampered with. That is not my style.
Caecilius is immune to poison. I'm not very much concerned if you had. And he'll drink.
She tries to clink glasses with you.
He will.
She says, to the liberators of the wine. So I suppose the Baron has sent you. The weak Baron, who truly believes that all will be well, even in the face of the fall of Barovia, and now the fall of Krezk. Is Malaki to be next?
How do you know the fall of Krezk?
Oh, I have my ways of finding information. One's family doesn't exist long here without some sort of, shall we say, infrastructure. I knew of your arrival quickly.
Oh.
That is how one survives in Barovia, through information and through bartering. There is only one Lord of Barovia, and defiantly throwing false happiness in his face is not the way to keep Vallaki alive. Now, I am not saying that Strahd is fair or just or a wise, good leader. What I am saying is that he has this entire valley by a stranglehold. My family has long had ties to his family. Were I to be in charge of Vallaki, we would operate in a more subtle fashion.
Subtle.
No festivals weekly.
No festivals. We would merely get on with living. We wouldn't be constant reminders to that man, that creature in the tower overlooking the mist-shrouded valley below, that happiness can exist. Why, it's just inviting danger. And this wedding? Do you think this will be a happy affair? Or do you think it will be bathed in blood?
Bathed in blood would be my bet.
Has the wedding been advertised?
Why are you playing this game with us? You clearly know a lot about a lot of things, especially things that not everyone knows about.
Forgive me, am I the one playing the game? You all marched up to my door intent here on throwing me out of Vallaki.
And you were completely prepared for us to be here with all of these glasses set out.
As I said, one doesn't survive long without information
You
here.
actually said one's family.
Did I?
You did. Speaking of families, does yours live here with you, happily?
Of course. My two boys, who are mostly content to drink their troubles away. But they're good boys.
And mostly content to torture young girls.
My boys have nothing to do with any of what you're talking about.
No, they're not part of any book clubs.
No. And my book club is not part of anything so sinister.
Then why were they sacrificing a young girl?
I don't know. Clearly someone was trying to frame me, trying to make this look bad. And you're willing to march in here, put my neck at the end of a sword?
To make you look bad. We happened upon that by complete accident.
Was it by complete accident? Do you think no one knew that one of the few travelers to travel across that road wasn't going to be right there at the right time? What of this little girl? Tell me about her.
Well,
Tell me
wouldn't
about
you-
the little girl who was kidnapped.
Wouldn't you have been given that information?
You are funny. Think about it for a moment. Here is a baron, weak-spined, weak-willed, waning popularity, and in come some people that he can just play like a maestro. Do you think it was a coincidence what you saw. Tell me what you saw. Tell me more about it.
We saw some pretty piss poor want to be cultists.
Almost as if they didn't know how to cult.
Absolutely.
Interesting. Go on, please.
Yet we found a book of yours.
Of mine.
So they said.
Did they? How willing were they to give up such information?
Not very willing. I did put them through a considerable amount of pain beforehand.
Oh, didn't I ask the dead one who was already dead?
You spoke with
Didn't I
them.
speak with
Yes.
them dead to find out
Yeah.
who they were working for, right?
Yeah.
I actually didn't see any of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Did
didn't.
not.
You didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't.
Divine reroll has been achieved. Thank you, Shogun.
Oh, wow.
Here y'all go. Boom. Divine reroll. Thanks to Wiley and to Shogun for making that happen.
Shogun.
You guys were
Wiley.
the best.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.
So, this is my understanding of the situation. Please tell me if it were otherwise. On the, 7-hour journey from Barovia to Valaki, you happened upon a cult ritual on the side of the road to sacrifice a young girl who no one knows anything about. And I was somehow behind all of it?
Can I say this will laugh? I mean,
Dresa's gonna think like, actually this kind of sounds like she's gonna remember how Irina was so distrusting of Ursula and that the weird circumstances around Ursula's
Head is a little
family.
confused, but he just kind of like focuses, and I'm just trying to do an insight on him to see if she's.
Go ahead and do insight.
See if she's BS.
You know, I wasn't there and I've only heard the story.
Yeah.
13.
13.
I'll
You're
roll
not
2.
sure. Yeah, you all can roll insight. Go ahead.
13 plus like 4 or something.
She doesn't know I wasn't there.
no idea.
Yeah. I
It is
wasn't
13
there, so I don't
plus 4.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely get that she's not giving the whole truth, but you also don't necessarily think she's lying. But she's hard to read. She is practiced at this. This is what she does.
She's a snake.
You guys aren't negotiators.
One.
She's good at this.
Well,
True Driessa form.
What was the last thing she said?
That you think I was behind all this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then
I
on
get
the side of the road, in
ludicrous.
plain
Yeah,
sight.
then she laughed and was like, ludicrous. That is ludicrous.
Where's Ava's phone?
Burned.
Bird.
What would you ask of us?
What would I ask of you?
What is your intention in accepting us into your home like this?
Of course. Well, first it was to get to know you before you burned my house down, which I assumed was at least on the table. Second was to offer you the exact same deal the Burgomeister. I want control of Valaki, and I believe I can do it better. He is a spineless fool. But I know that these festivals are only going to get Valaki, who even knows, destroyed in a fit of rage. Everywhere else in Barovia has fallen. Valaki stands, but for how much longer?
But Strahd has asked his wedding be held in Valaki. Why?
Because there's nowhere else to hold it, is there?
There are
And
plenty of
salt in a
towns.
wound.
Are there?
I've seen some.
Have you?
I have.
There's Barovia, that rickety old ramshackle place. Mostly destroyed now, you know. No Burgomeister, no master of ceremony. Only the weeping of widows and the hag selling her pies in the streets.
What about his castle?
Well, his castle would be logical, wouldn't it? But
It
then
would.
he wouldn't be able to spread all that joy upon the villagers.
It's for us. It's for the people. It's an exercise of power.
That's right. Exactly.
And you would allow this?
What choice would one have?
To fight?
To defy Strahd?
Yes.
For 900 years he's ruled over this mist-shrouded valley. No, I would
so
not
you say,
say...
have you been here for 900 years?
No, but my family has.
Oh, they always tell you the truth.
The truth that Strahd has been here for 900
Yes.
years. You think
And
he
never,
hasn't been?
And never been defeated.
Well, if he has been defeated, he still walks amongst us, doesn't he?
Yeah, because he tells you that. He makes you believe it. You're a fool. You would go now.
So, well, I won't go, it's my house. And she looks at you and smiles like.
Okay. Here's what I know, and here's the conclusion I've come to. To be honest with you, Wagner, I rather like you. You're cunning. But as you've already stated, Kresk is gone, Barovia is gone, and there's one place left with a shred of government. Honestly, we're a bit on a time crunch. Might even be making the wrong choice by kicking you out of this place. But it's the only choice we have. We've made an alliance. We've sided ourselves. So you can go, and you will go.
You'll just send me outside of the town, huh?
You can go to Barovia. They need a Burgomeister.
You can go to Kresk, a city full of people. They also need a Burgermeister.
They'd probably rather like you there, to be honest. No abbey, but you have a walled city, self-sufficient.
You're leaving a dangerous man in charge here.
Probably.
Are we leaving a dangerous man or a stupid one? Because 5 minutes ago you said he was incompetent and stupid.
Does one not beget the other? He is stupid and that makes him dangerous. He's
Yes.
prideful. His damn festivals are meant to throw the people's false happiness in the face of Strahd.
Then let them have their happiness, whereas you have 2 full cities of people looking for someone to step up and be a leader.
I don't care about that. I care about Velati standing.
In all honesty, we don't much care whatever your taste would be at this moment. I'm giving you options, perhaps to soften the blow, but you will leave this town, or we'll drag your entire family out of it ourselves. I say that with a heavy heart, but I'm giving you the option now. You're cunning. Do the calculation.
She sits back down, crosses her leg, and just stares at you for a while, Caecilia, swirling her wine glass, looking to the rest of you. Well, you've hitched your wagon to the wrong horse. But if it's that, or meet the end of your blade, Master Dragon, then what choice have I?
Not much of one.
You all can go now. Thank you.
We'll be checking to make sure you're out by the end of the day.
I don't doubt it.
Does she seem to be well off, like aside from the house like crumbling?
She does, yeah. Yeah, she does seem to be.
Yeah, he would leave.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't feel good about this.
She's not gonna leave, but
I think Esme's I'm gonna think that's funny. Like
Why?
it's a battle coming.
You think so?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Seems like an easy one. Like this is an easy one to win where like werewolves are not an easy one to win. This seems predictable.
I think Kai already made this calculation before he even stepped in the door. Like, I don't know that she would have presented anything to him that would have swayed him. He's
Swayed
like,
him?
Yeah.
he's like, there's one government, albeit a shitty one,
Right.
in place. There's just no other options. Like,
There's
I
no
don't
time
know
for
that
revolution.
he cares.
Yeah, we've already. I think I forgot where in the game, but we were like, we're not getting involved in the politics of this town.
But then we also were like, there's no way not to.
Yeah.
Then you got involved.
Well, Strahd's
Well,
a leader.
also some of that was driven by Bryce saying that.
Yeah. I don't want to get involved in this. Let me
It's a
kill
waste
that.
of time.
Let me kill that dude.
All right, well, you all leave. You see she walks into the foyer, watches you all leave, just standing there, watching you all, closes the door.
Hey, can you tell me what she looks like?
Yeah, actually, there's a picture of her I can show you.
I'm gonna whisper to Caecilius, should I watch her to make sure she goes? She won't see me.
That sounds good, Hitch.
Okay.
Actually, this is not the one in the book, but I like it more, so I'm going to use it.
Like,
Just from Googling.
Quick G Oogle.
Like her.
nice.
Yeah.
Damn, that's me in
That-
like 40 years.
Two.
Four.
That brow.
That's got a wrinkled brow right there.
Serving some looks.
Uh-huh.
I'll just be the old Baron.
Sorry, thinking of y'all as like an old couple now.
All right, let's get back on track. What where do you all go now?
As soon as we like get out of line of sight, I'm just gonna go in an alley and turn into like a little field mouse.
Okay.
Back, scurry back in and just, mice can get through just about any little hole.
All right, you scurry back into the house.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's what he was saying. If he's gonna watch
Yeah.
it, we were like, yeah.
Okay, where are you all going? Because it's gonna take some time.
Oh yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Well, I don't want to derail. I don't want to.
No, it's good.
It's
It's
Okay.
fine.
I'm
What do
about
you
it.
all want to do in the interim? Where are you heading?
What do you guys want to do? Because I kind of want to go and... Is there a library?
Oh God,
No?
no! This is the saddest place ever.
Probably the only books
Well,
lived in
there's-
her house.
She
Did
has
they?
books. The Baron has books. There's a couple of books at the church.
There's no like...
Oh, we're supposed to go to that tea party too.
You
Oh,
two
yeah.
were invited to it.
We have to go to a tea party.
You don't have to go.
Lydia Petrovna.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt because she might have some books in there.
Yeah. Trying to find information about lycanthropy.
That and like just about kind of, I guess, the history of Barovia to see if that would like...
We could ask the lady about that. Let's talk about it in character.
Okay.
Question, real
Yeah,
fast.
hit me.
Is there a blacksmith here?
There is obviously not a very skilled one. They don't make a lot of weapons, but would be repairing things. Would be repairing locks. Would be repairing, hinges. Maybe horseshoes.
Not necessarily a weaponsmith, though.
But could potentially. I mean, they have spears.
Is there like?
Yep.
Sorry, is there like a market that everything's like?
There is a big open.
Yeah.
I
market.
think
Waylon-
we all
Waylon's
need
gotta
winter
go to the market.
clothes first and foremost.
Good thinking. You do need winter clothes. Nice.
Yes.
I was already researching the cold weather rules, but
And get head some underwear.
Yes.
That's
Some
size?
furry
That'll
ones.
be a gift from Basilius
My friend.
as a friend.
Teresa doesn't give a. Yeah.
and you give it like, hey, buddy.
Yes.
We round up to gold pieces. Would it make sense that we had some silver coins?
Absolutely. Yes. I think that's
To
reasonable.
melt.
We always round them up to
Yes.
gold. Yep. Totally.
Spin on the screen.
Okay, so
Silver
it sounds like you guys all have a couple of things to do. You're
Yes.
gonna go to
Well,
The
I'll
blacksmith
talk about
in
it.
the
I
market.
just wanted to
Yep.
ask
I
some
think this will be
questions.
fun things to role play through.
Yeah.
What do you guys do? You were gonna
We have,
discuss
to
it
go,
in
we
character.
have to go to the tea party.
But
Go ahead.
I also think we need to get winter clothes.
So
Just say it out loud in character so we can react.
We are right now.
Okay.
We probably still have time to go to the tea party.
I would like to stop by any sort of market on the way.
I
It's
too
getting
need to
quite
see a
chilly in
market.
Barovia.
Personal reasons, but
Get some winter clothes before you're at the tea party, and you can accompany me. I'm not sure of the proficiency of the blacksmith here. We can melt down some of our silver coins to the edges of you have a mace.
Warhammer.
Warhammer. A ball.
Warhammer, yeah.
Could be on the edges. Could put it on.
spear.
Might have to choose which. I'm not sure how much silver we have.
Spear will be
Can
fine.
I even carry my Warhammer if it has silver on
I
it?
would. It would just be on the
Just
top.
on just the
Yeah,
tip.
just don't hit yourself.
It's like a coating.
Okay.
I wouldn't touch the top for now, but
Maybe
it
it
would be
might
the
not
trick.
be such a bad thing for you to be surrounded by silver and me.
I'm not too worried.
Get the 1,000-yard stare.
I think a visit to the market would do us well. I agree.
Should we all? Do we have time to go to the market before our tea party?
It's sunrise. Your tea party wasn't for a couple of hours.
Let's do it. Let's go.
I want to give Raven an inspiration for saying talk it out in character.
Beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
That's what it's for. Thank you, sir.
So
There you go. Actually doing it right. That's rare. Thank you. Yeah.
so
Okay. So what are you doing?
So Waylon is gonna ride into market looking actually for paint, specifically
Awesome.
white paint.
White.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. So all of you, we're gonna just kind of go down the line. If you guys are going to the tea party, we'll save that for a little bit. But you were gonna go. You all arrive in the market, and it is a little bit lively. There are the stockades. There's three people in the stocks, including a child, who have plaster donkey heads on their heads, and occasionally one of them kind of struggles with it and then stops. But you see all kinds of shops. Not that it's super bustling, but there are a lot of kind of shabby looking little roadside stands. Essentially, is what they are. They're all like 4 feet by, with like a little cover. But you see goods ranging all over the place. The blacksmith is kind of off to the side of the market, and so we'll start with you guys. You do see several clothiers, and they do seem to be selling a lot of cold weather gear. And you come up to the first one you approach, or one that you kind of from the market looks like it's sells about stuff that you'd want to wear. And you come up and it's this middle-aged woman. She's got like a crook in her nose, like clearly had been broken, and kind of points to one side. Tiny bit of a cockeye. And she's like, "What can I do for you? You were the ones who brought the wine back."
We are.
Oh, are you looking for clothes? And I mean, you guys are pretty shabby. Like, even beyond looking for cold weather gear, you're in a pretty rough spot. You've been through a lot of battles.
We need more clothing. I'm freezing.
She says, the winters are quite harsh here. She's not Irish. So, the winters are quite harsh. They are coming.
Do you have any?
Yes, we could get some wool lining for underneath your armor. Would that do you?
Yes.
She says, okay, I think I could make this work. Could you try this on for me?
What is it made of?
Wool?
Okay.
She's like, oh, allergies? I don't know elves well. You are an elf, right?
Quite, yes.
I occasionally see the dusk elves.
They are quite beautiful.
Dust
If you would-
elves.
She says, oh, yeah. There's some elves that aren't around in the city. They live with the Vistani in the southwest. Like her, they're beautiful, but
They live with the Vishtani.
I think so.
I've never, in my week here in Barovia, heard
Never in my week.
of the Vishtani traveling with anyone else, or
She says, well, I don't know for sure. I don't know them, but they're strange. They're very fair, but red eyes,
are they
dark
evil?
skin. I don't think so.
Where do you see? I probably discounted that at first because I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, elves are very cool. Where do you see them?
Well, they are to the southwest. Everyone knows the camp is down there. Sometimes we can hear music.
Elven music.
Well, I wouldn't know from Vistani, if I'm being honest with you, but it is sometimes beautiful and sometimes quite melancholy.
It sounds like elves.
She says, I don't think there's many of them, but occasionally see one. I heard that one snuck into the market not too long ago. They're not really allowed here. Easy to spot, red eyes.
I can only hope to meet one. It might make me feel more at home.
Perhaps. Anyways, would you try this on? You can take it back to your room if you're uncomfortable.
I probably am because I don't know like what I look like.
Yeah.
Tail.
I can size it for you if need be.
What other things do you have?
She says, well, what are you looking for? And you guys can go through and get some cold weather.
I don't.
What
yeah.
exactly would I need? Maybe like I'm looking for like
a
a
nice
cloak.
warm cloak that's lined with wolf fur. You know?
I wouldn't be saying anything here, but I would also just be buying the necessary
Yeah.
things from
Yeah.
What about, like,
Waylon would
gloves
know
or
what he
something?
needed.
Can
on
we
his
use
armor.
gloves like as needing to like use
Like leather gloves? Do
Yeah.
people?
A leather glove. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. You guys buy enough
Cool.
gear.
Yeah.
Caecilius
to
would
be
also
cold weather.
buy some for Hedge. Not necessarily knowing if Hedge uses it, but he just would.
A nice
Like
thick
a cloak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys get
I know
nice,
Hedge
thick
has lived here
cloaks.
long enough, but I mean, Caecilius wouldn't know.
Yeah, you get some fur linings for your boots and stuff, some new boots. It's going to be a little bit costly. It's going to be a total, let's call it a total of 1 gold piece per person.
So
Little bit
I never
costly.
really. I don't really know how much I came over with.
Probably not a lot. You probably weren't
Just
traveling
1
with
gold
much.
piece for all of it?
Yeah. Well, 1 gold piece each.
Each.
Lid, if you don't have a number, roll
gold.
2d12. That's how much gold you would have.
Well, we've got some gold. You guys have divided among yourselves.
Yeah.
Hedge didn't take any, but
Yeah, last time Hedge didn't take
Okay,
it.
you have 12 gold on you, besides any
Now
that
I
you
have
would've got.
11.
Well, you would have got quite a bit, remember? Because he gave up his share.
Yeah, we
Hedge
got
gave
like
up his
an
share.
extra
I think it was
20
at least
something.
100
Yeah,
gold
at least
that we got.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
Gotta track it.
Just like
I've
120.
had a good amount chilling in
Just
Peru
like
because we
120.
haven't spent any money.
Yeah, we
No
But-
place to spend it.
No. But I do know that we got a bump
I'll add 119 because
At
I
some
just
point.
spent one.
yeah. We got it
from somewhere.
Is there anywhere in the market that has books or papers or?
You do find some papers, papers, ink, pen,
Be like a
like
general
quills and inkwells.
Is there like a blank book, like a journal or something I
Yeah,
could write?
I think you can find a blank. It's a little bit crudely bound.
That's
you
fine.
know.
That's fine.
But yeah, you can have a journal.
I would like one.
That would cost you 3 gold pieces.
Tight. I'll do it. And and like a pen or a quill or something.
Yeah. That you get a quill, an ounce of ink, and a journal for
If I
3 gold.
Oh, sorry. If I spent more money, could I get wolf furs?
I think that's kind of what they all already are.
Okay,
That's about
tight.
the only source of warmth.
No
Yeah.
problem.
So
then.
yes, Caecilius now has like big wolf furs over,
Yeah, I
and
feel
all
a little-
of you really do.
I feel
Yeah.
a little weird about that. I'll
Yeah.
be honest.
That is true.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that. I mean, they're your brethren. You're wearing your brethren's skin. Right?
I don't know whether to like feel at home or like sick.
Yeah. Waylon, what were you doing again?
Waylon needed paint and a brush.
Gotcha.
New heraldry.
I love it. I think you find some. We can roleplay
Yeah.
that out if you want to.
No, it's probably just like a general store kind of thing, like
yeah,
generic
yeah,
white.
yeah.
He's
In
not
fact,
like
it is in a dry goods store.
Yeah.
Where they do sell some other things like that.
Is there in the market? Are there people selling like foods and stuff too?
There are, yeah. Nothing too crazy. It's mostly, again, wolf meat and wolf skewers.
Any-
You do see the occasional bit of fruit.
Any baked good?
Yeah, I think you find some baked. They're more like hardtack instead of like sweets.
I want to buy something to bring to the tea party.
I was just thinking the same
Oh,
thing.
how
Nice.
sweet. We're so nice.
I have more money than you. I'll buy it.
Okay.
While
Okay.
they're
I'll
off shopping,
put my
Waylon's
name
actually
on
gonna
it.
find a bench and sit down with his newfound paint and shield.
Awesome. Love
So,
it.
so.
with my, so you'll buy something to bring to the tea party?
Can I buy some fresh
Yeah, you
fruit?
buy some
you
fruit.
said?
Yeah.
I
Don't
wanna
know about
write-
fresh, but it's fruit.
I want to write like
It's fine.
a thank you note to Lydia
Nice.
in my new book, but I won't.
Lydia Petrovna.
Yeah. Yes. And I want to write it in Elvish, and I want to just write like a nice like Elvish saying of like gratitude.
Cool. I like it. Yeah, it's perfect. She'll love that.
She won't know what it says.
That's right. You got the. Cool. You're working on your heraldry.
Yep.
Awesome.
Off to the side.
What do you? What is that?
So, Waylon, a couple of sessions ago, if you don't remember, when we were in Kresk before we left, he scraped off
Yeah,
his
yeah.
old heraldry off his shield. So he has been.
His house coat of arms.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're making a
Yeah.
new one.
So he is.
Tight.
He's
Really
kind of made a new one in his head and his.
What's it look like?
So, he'll have, I guess, finished and joined up with you guys. It's not really too crazy. It's a spear with a wing coming off of it like that.
That's cool. I love it.
Nice.
So,
And you were finally going to go to the blacksmith.
Actually,
We'll do
I
that
was
as
just
well.
gonna do that while they were at the tea party.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Before that, though.
Yep.
I would ask somebody around, anybody, why are they in the stocks?
He's like, Oh, well. He kind of leans in quietly. He's like, they weren't terribly excited at the last festival. That's a crime.
How excited does one need to be?
Do you do this with him around?
I
I think
was
he
just
was
while
doing
y'all
this
were
while you
doing
were
it.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
never
you
mind.
finished up- Yeah.
I see. He'll go walk over to the stocks and take the heads off of each.
So you doing? The first one is a man who's like blinking. He's got a short cropped beard, and he's just like, "Who are you?" The next one is a woman with stringy blonde hair that's hanging, and it's been like in her face the whole time, and like it's just matted with sweat. And the other one's a little kid. You can just see tears have streaked.
He will brush her hair over and be like, as I trust all of you are repentant and you will plan on having a good time further, I have spoken to the Baron and you are to be released immediately. And he will just break the fucking locks and free them and be like, and playing it up, so be like, let it be known, your Baron is also forgiving now that we have wine. And the three of you are free to go.
He's like, thank you, master."
And to maybe all of them closely, he'd be like, almost like the conspiratorial, like,
I trust you'll have a good time no matter what from here on out.
They nod.
Good. Then go on.
Nice. I mean, people have clearly taken note. Beautiful. Alright, we're gonna cut to some hedge action here.
Here we are.
So you turn
Get some hedge.
into a field mouse. You have no problem. This house is just falling
I
apart.
look like a...
You have no problem getting in. And in fact, it's right after. So you're like, doop, 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 right back. Right. You come in, and she is standing in the parlor still. And she's thinking, and she's drumming her fingers. Just... And she takes a sip, and you hear a voice. What is it you want me to do, Mum? Ah, Ernst, did you hear that? Yes, Mum. It's like, I suppose we have to accelerate our plans. Where are my good-for-nothing boys? He's like, believe they're still asleep, Mum. She's like, wake them up. Do what you must. Takes a swig. You hang out for a little while. He disappears out the back door.
I would follow him.
You follow him.
Mhm.
Cool. You follow him. Actually, first he goes upstairs.
Uh-huh.
You follow him up the stairs.
I'll wait.
Okay.
Because it sounded like he was going to go wake them up.
Yeah.
So I'll wait. I'll be in like a little corner.
Make a perception check with advantage. Now that you're in mouse form and you've got extra keen senses.
Ooh.
Make a smells check.
14.
You think maybe you catch a whiff of decay from upstairs.
Ew.
You hear this, Ernst. He's like, all right, boys, get up. You good for nothing. Nikolai, get up. It's like, whoa, what? It's like, get up, Carl, get up. Damn, Carl. And you hear the sounds of someone getting ready. He comes down the stairs, and this man, like, he's got a scar on his cheek. He's wearing a heavy cloak. With the hood is down.
Right.
You can see for a second daggers in his belt, and he just kind of walks past you. Doesn't notice you. You're just hunched up in a corner. He walks down and he says, "They'll be ready, Mom. I'm not sure I trust them." And she's like, "They are imbeciles." She kind of leans, like, looking upstairs. She's like, "Go get the others." And he's like, "Yes, Mom." And he goes back. Thanks, Siri. Weird. Siri just fired. Siri wants to play. Siri can play a rogue who doesn't understand people very well. That's her flaw. He goes into the kitchen and then into a he opens up a closet that looks like it's like just filled with equipment. He goes in behind it and pulls the door shut behind him.
I just go, I'm like,
Yeah,
Squeeze my little mouse head.
Mice can squeeze through everything.
just poke his head under the door. To
You poke your head under, and you see him puts his hand up in the wall and pushes, and the door slides open into concrete or stone steps leading down with braziers lit and torches burning.
and he's going down.
He starts going downstairs.
I'm following him.
All right.
Bye, Hedge.
He's a tiny little mouse. Yeah. They're not gonna notice.
Yeah.
All right.
For now.
What are you all doing?
He gets downstairs, and you find. I gotta get to my map real quick.
Okay.
There we go. The stairs come down, and they go around, and they actually go quite deep, like maybe 20 feet down. And you come into this dank, there's like standing water in a couple of spots. Basically, dungeon, for lack of a better word. It's pretty small. You see 4 beds lined up in the back. And you see kind of, what's the right way to put it? You see personal items kind of spread around the room. You don't see any people, but as he comes in, he makes a joke, and he's like, "It's okay, boys." And you look, and you see 8 skeletons all sitting with their knees pulled up to their chin, arms folded around, and a couple of them kind of look up at him as he walks by and then fold back in. 4 lined up on each wall.
Nope.
How far down does it go?
It's not too far. It's maybe only about 40 feet. It's maybe 40 feet by 20 feet.
Well, I'm going to make the assumption that Skelly see lots of mice. I'll go follow him.
Cool. You kind of scurry between the bones. And as you do, you occasionally hear the creak as one slightly moves. He gets to the back edge of the wall, and you see a clear secret door.
Right.
Like, it's not well hidden
It's
at all.
this side of a secret door.
Yes.
Like the other side.
No. It looks like it's a door that they tried to hide.
Oh, they're just
or maybe
bad at
would,
it.
but or they've just gotten lazy about
Yeah,
it. Like
yeah.
we're already behind one secret door.
Yeah.
He pushes on that, opens it up, and let me just change the music into something a little bit more creepy. All thanks to Andrew.
Smack Andrew.
Here we go.
I love Andrew. He's my friend.
Platonic Jeff over here.
He's the best. He
Andrew.
tells the best jokes.
Alright. He opens the door and you can scurry up to the edge. Flickering candles and iron holders fill this room with light and shadow. The room has a 10-foot high ceiling and a large black pentagram inscribed on the stone floor. At each point of the pentagram rests a wooden chair. Seated in 4 of the 5 chairs are men and women in black robes with hood. You see a young man who has the face of an angel, a balding hulk of a man, a squat middle-aged woman, and a taller younger woman with an unsettling glare. And he walks in, and he says, "It's time." And one of them says, "Of course." And they stand up, all 5 of them hold hands. They start swaying and chanting all together, including the man in the heavy cloak. They sway and chant and all at once start raising their hands as Nada, and as they do, gold pieces start falling out of the air. Maybe 50 gold pieces fall. And they keep chanting like they're just keeping it up. And then you see daggers. 4 daggers fall out. And one of them says, "We thank you, Prince of Darkness, for hearing our prayer. Now we do what we must." And each of them grabs a dagger, takes their robes off, and are in total commoner clothes. Hide the dagger somewhere. And they nod at the man in black.
I turn around and run out.
Yeah, you're like, "Oh shit."
I moustache.
They're like, oh, we needed a mouth for the ritual.
No.
Good.
Okay.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Are we back at the
Were there
market
5 total?
Yes, 5 in total.
Him plus 4 more.
Him plus 4 more.
now? Are we back at the market now?
Yeah,
Okay,
this is
flashback.
happening. This is happening while you were
Concurrently.
doing your thing.
I got a good look at each of them.
Pretty good. They were in cloaks and it was candlelight.
Right.
So,
But even if I don't know what their faces look like,
Yeah.
I want to know what their clothes look like.
yeah, you got a pretty good look. I mean, they don't look too like they look
Yeah.
like they're trying to blend in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can mice see in color?
I don't know.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
Hey, thank you for the follow.
So I want to meet up with Kaisilius because you haven't went and gotten any of your weapons silvered yet, have you?
No, I was just gonna wait till the tea party to do that.
Okay. So I want to meet up with him before we go to the tea party.
Okay.
Can I say that from the battle at the well, I have like a dragon tooth dagger or something like
Sure.
that?
That's
Okay.
reasonable.
Okay. So I want to go to Kai and be like, I need you to take this dagger and I need you to get it silvered. And I need you to use it if you need to.
I mean, he will shift a bit, looking at a dragon tooth, a dagger. Be like, I understand what you're asking.
It has nothing to do with you and everything to do with me.
I understand that. Should it come down to it, I'll make it quick.
Thank you. And then I'll leave.
All right, Hedge, you rush out the front door, a hole nearby, and as you do, this door is open and they all kind of file out. Go a couple of separate ways.
And just fan out into the.
Fan out.
Okay. Yeah, he will run as fast as he can. Did he hear where you guys are going?
I
don't think he did.
so.
Oh, he comes out and looks around and squeaks.
Pull back to a town full of walking feet.
And then he'll scurry back and turn into a raven and
Sweet.
start flying around the town. waiting for them.
You fly around and you simultaneously see them in the market, see the Burgomeister's mansion, and see 4 people converging on the front door.
Of the Burgomeister.
Mm-hmm. But you see them in their various states. Like they're just now like finishing trying on some clothing. You see that Esme and Caecilius are having a conversation right now. You see Wayland is sitting on a bench, like wrapping up his painting, looking at it. Looks pretty good.
He just dives.
Yeah.
Does that like eagle going for a fish dive. And he just goes by whoever the first person is.
Roll a d4.
4.
It is Wayland. Wayland's he's looking at his handiwork. Why don't you roll me, what do you think would be appropriate to paint a shield?
Oh.
Performance?
Performance is good. Wisdom is good, because you would have, kind of
Both?
learned it.
Art check.
Yeah. Make me an art check in what you feel is appropriate.
I think it'll be performance.
Okay, cool. And I'll give you advantage on it. You take your time, and it's something very dear to you.
Yeah.
Natural 20?
Natural 20.
I mean, you look at it, and
It's
you're
beautiful.
like, damn. Like, as you land, you kind of take a second to do the old bird.
Do you cry?
Do I cry?
like admiring your own handiwork?
He's very satisfied
Thank you
with
for following Monkey
himself. He's pretty excited about it. It's something he's kind of had stirring in him for a couple of days now.
Yeah.
It's
Awesome.
kind of an outlet for him almost.
Right, like you're literally holding it up to admire as
Yeah.
he lands on your shoulder.
And I peck him. And then fly. And I fly towards them.
All right. Well, I mean, he's gonna.
Clearly.
Yeah, that. Ravens don't usually just attack you in Barovia, so he's gonna get Osprey, saddle up, and attempt to follow Hedge through the.
Cool. Yeah, you mount up on Osprey. It takes you just a couple seconds because you're mounted proficiency. And roll me a d6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who's next?
6.
Caecilius. And Caecilius is still talking to Esme.
Okay.
So just as you're like, I'll make it quick. He lands on your shoulder.
Go!
I mean, knowing that he was watching, I'd be like, Hedge.
Do I see... where
You saw where she was. She's somewhere else. So you now immediately leave him, fly
Yeah.
to her. You see out of the crowd, he's on Osprey, kind of making an eye at you. You all notice his new shield, I think, almost immediately. I mean, he's holding it up kind of triumphantly.
Yeah.
As we run over to him, I mean, already hand on the weapon, making nice shield. Like, looking around.
So.
It's going to
I was just flying.
Driessa.
Yeah.
Yep, and yeah, you're like just looking at some fabric or something. You've tried on your nice new like wolf cloak. I think you probably got a lined one. You don't, maybe not the furs outside, but kind of inside. I don't know. Whatever.
I feel like I would have gotten like a gray one with some fur lining inside
Yeah.
if they had that.
I think so. Reasonable to assume so. And he comes and lands on your shoulder. And
Actually, I'm going to land in front of her and turn back.
okay.
Or I can just whisper message.
I can't reply, though.
Yeah.
You can't
Oh,
reply.
yeah, that's
No,
totally true.
He lands and changes back. I don't think anyone notices. And you see Hedge standing there,
Hedge,
and you
what's
see the rest
happening?
of them now converging on you.
We have to go. She sent killers to the Burgomeister.
We must go now.
Absolutely.
5 of them.
5 of them.
Yes.
And no doubt. Yeah.
They were hiding down below. I followed. We have to go. And he just runs.
Yeah. I mean,
Wayland's gonna take off. Osprey.
drawn shield and sword. I mean, in booking it.
Yeah.
I feel like I would have tried to give him like one last like gaze, like you hang on to that dagger.
Yeah.
To him.
One last lingering look.
I mean, he
nod.
would have given the momentary nod. He's not too concerned about it for sure,
That's
but he
all.
knows you
I'm
are. But
consumed
he's
with
like,
it.
Yeah.
And he
Wayland's
needs
just
it.
taken off on Osprey. He's gone.
Nice.
I want to take a quick break before what I
Give me-
imagine.
give me 5 minutes.
Okay, got it.
You all rush to the Burgomeister's house, and you find the front door ajar.
Oh, man, I thought it was fast enough.
And you all enter, and in the parlor, you find the Baron and his wife Lydia, and a boy you did not meet, dead from multiple stab wounds, and blood spilling all over the carpet. And as you stand there, maybe 10, 15, 20 seconds, a voice from outside. I say, Baron, is everything all right?
Oh, no.
Couldn't help but notice the door was open.
Motherfucker.
I hope nothing terrible has happened. With that, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Was
in
it a
just 10
woman's
minutes.
voice?
Oh, it was was her.
All right.
It was Lady Voctor.
Going to break, y'all.
Palest light
Welcome back, everybody. So, the party members just found the Baron and his wife, Lydia Petrovna, and their son, who the characters never met, brutally murdered in their own home. And from outside on the front porch, heard the voice of Lady Bach.
What was her, like, henchman's name?
Ernst.
It was Ernst.
Ernst.
The rogue.
Okay. She did
Ernst
it!
Fierce.
She hired Ernst and 4 other blades and they came in and killed him! Get her!
Oh yeah, I mean,
Wachter standing on the front. You come storming towards. She's like, "Oh, hold on. Didn't you say yourself, Vallaki needs a government? Something terrible seems to have befallen the Baron and his wife."
Cold-blooded murder, especially that of a child as well.
Oh, he was an adult child. Just so you know, like
Like a
20,
teenager?
like 20
Oh,
something.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Low 20s.
Got it.
Not a
Alright.
kid.
All right, my bad.
Not that that changes much of how horrible that was.
Right.
I'm afraid murdering people in cold blood pretty much null and voids my former thought.
Hedge looks around for those others.
As you look around, you do see people kind of skulking in some shadows, kind of staring at you.
The
The
things you
ones I
have.
saw.
Mm-hmm.
I said, that one, there they are!
She's like,
And I cast Hold Person on her.
alright.
That's right.
Well, was that a charisma save?
It's a wisdom.
Wisdom?
How wise is Lady Wachter?
Pretty wise.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
man. Yeah, she tries to, and he's just like, she looks at him and
Go ahead and reroll
resists.
that.
The reroll!
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you guys.
Yes!
You guys don't know, right there's a divine inspiration that is a reroll.
Right here.
The gods seem to smile upon thee. Just right there.
What's that way?
It's right here.
So, like, vines and weeds and stuff wrap around her, and just all through, like
Like,
all up through her head and
She
face.
seems to resist for a second, and then, and the man beside her is just like looks a little bit nonplussed. Sees sees you all, and he's like, "You gotta leave another place, leaderless." And he is backing off, like he's looking a little bit nervous.
Oh, is it? I'm walking out.
Is he one of the ones?
Drawing my sword.
It's Ernst.
Oh, it's Ernst. That's Ernst! That's one of
Okay.
that's the killer!
Yelling.
Does he have blood on him or anything?
Probably not.
Probably not. No.
Okay. I don't know if he's a professional. I'd probably have blood on me.
Probably had all the cultists do it.
Caecilia is yelling now to the crowds.
There's not much of a crowd. This is a little bit quiet, but there are some people.
To anybody
We
who
can
will,
get a
yeah,
who
crowd.
will listen. I'll be like, I am Caecilius of House Raish. This woman and her conspirators have killed your Burgomeister. And I, as a leader of the faith, have decided to dispense justice by the end of a sword.
Well, I think that's an initiative goal.
Ooh, that's no good.
Okay. Let's draw this out.
Oh!
Oh!
Which means that's a 19!
20 becomes a 19. Here is the Burgomeister's house, right here. This is the front porch. Some stairs leading right there.
Bless you all.
Jeez, Lydia.
Let me warm you up with my
It's that
burp.
ketchup
I
and
mean-
chocolate milk.
It doesn't shock me after Saturday's burp.
I can top it. I'm still shy.
You hurt yourself.
One day you're gonna try to top it and just honk. And then you're just gonna honk all over your keyboard.
Let me
I
sneak
just
in here,
nodded.
guys. Oh, Sean, do you know how to edit the
We're
camera?
supposed to try
The
to
battle
cam
cam?
girls.
You just pull it?
Let me
Yeah,
just
but you have to
do
select
it.
battle cam on the middle panel. Y'all are so weird. Did you even know that?
I don't have ketchup in my bathroom.
I don't know why you're so hung up on that. Everybody keeps a backup ketchup in the bathroom.
I was gonna comment on that the other day.
Is there still a chocolate milk in there too?
Yeah. Isabel's from Chick-fil-A lunch
Like
or something
Isabel
one day.
runs in, has to go to the bathroom.
Oh, that's what it was! She was like, gotta pee, gotta pee, gotta pee, gotta pee.
She's had her ketchup and her chocolate milk in the bathroom, and it's just been there ever since.
Yep, I guess I'll clean that up one of these days.
No, it lives there now.
So I click on battle cam and then I can pull.
Yep, then once you select it, you should be able to pull it around. You can also resize it and whatever else. Okay, I'm gonna need to get some baddies going here. I wasn't sure this would play out this way, so I didn't have the bad guys ready. I apologize.
So we made the wrong choice.
No, we made the right
It's
choice.
never a wrong choice.
Mhm.
Except for the really wrong choices. Okay, you
Phone
guys
grinder.
please set yourselves right around here.
I think this
She's
is pretty.
pretty.
This is pretty good on here for
Cool.
the battle.
Awesome, thank you.
Why is she so pretty?
Is that bothering you?
Yeah. Is she gonna hold Caecilius' hand?
Oh my god.
If not, I'm fine.
That'll
That's
check.
very experienced.
Yeah.
In what?
Alright, thank you all for bearing with us for
Life.
just a second.
Will somebody,
Yeah, you're-
set me up?
Set me up.
I think I would have walked past her.
You're out.
Not sure where you guys are.
Pardon me. Pardon me. You put one of these, 2 right there, and 1 over there.
Is he here, or is he just tossed down wherever?
Yeah, I think in the alleys.
And one more thing we need.
One more thing.
Is everyone else chilling?
I mean, I did
Everyone's
morph
good.
into a sweatshirt.
I'll turn off the fan for you.
Thanks.
Boom.
I just don't want anyone to get sweaty. Thank
Oh.
you.
Okay, let's roll some.
I think
Initiative.
Sean might be the first person I've met that sweats more than me. So
I sweat all the time. All the time.
usually I'm that
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
It's called hyperhidrosis.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
I don't get. My mom's
Try
like,
certain dry.
my
He likes
mom's like,
it.
why don't you? Their doctors can do something. I'm like, well, I haven't. I'm good.
You
good
can
at-
take pills, but like really,
Fine.
there's no point.
I don't.
Okay. My iPhone keeps trying to map me to work right now. Am I missing something right now? Like,
Get
I have a
to
meeting
work.
tonight or something? Okay, here we go. I'm so sorry. I need to roll some
Can
initiatives.
someone bump me
This
out
is
the door
for
with everybody?
the Lady Voctor.
Who?
Mm-mm.
She did pretty good.
I did not do
Call
very
her
well.
boss, but she is barely.
She's the boss applesauce.
Is this Irina?
Did you already put these in order?
I mean,
Okay,
Irina.
let's get them
Esme.
all organized then. So, Driessa, where are you at in initiative?
11.
Right here.
Okay.
Right,
Esme,
right
where are you
there.
at?
15.
Caecilius, I know you got a 19 on your
19.
roll of a 20.
Negative
Waylon.
dex.
7.
Hedge.
14.
Esme was 15, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, and I rolled a 15 for her, which puts
It's
her.
the highest I've ever rolled in initiative this whole game.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think you
If
never.
only I can roll like a kobold, then I will be golden.
Just, you gotta
This
give him
is
that
for
cobalt
him.
mindset.
Throw
Robo,
for
am I
Ernst.
right?
Ooh!
Ernst is going first.
Who?
Ernst.
Ernst is
Ernst.
Ernst.
That makes sense.
And this is for
Ernst
all of
scared
those
stupid.
teeth.
Damn.
Alright,
Ernst
well,
goes to college.
cool, I'll sit around. That's alright.
And
Ernst scared stupid.
y'all.
I'm sorry.
Alright, let's rein it in. This is Curse of Strahd. This is not a kobold. Fine.
I just want.
Rein
I'm
it in a
finally
little bit.
glad that my Ernst scared stupid got acknowledged.
Okay. Alright, with that, it is actually Ernst. And he is not scared stupid, so
Ernst the first.
don't even go there.
Alright.
I would
Uh,
never go there.
He sees. Where are you, Esme? Back? Front? Where do you want to be?
I'm by Caecilius.
Is that good with everybody?
Yep.
How close?
Okay.
Not that close.
You guys. Ernst draws a hand crossbow out, aims it at you all, and he's like, "You best be thinking about this," and backs up. He backs up to the post, comes out there, kind of has some cover behind the post, and is pointing at you all. Caecilius?
Yeah, will you move me to the top of my movement?
You want to go past her?
I do. I want to go towards Ernst.
Will she? Will
Okay,
he get a?
when you get right there, he fires his crossbow at you.
Okay.
Will she get an opportunity attack?
She
She's
is.
paralyzed.
Oh
Paralyzed.
right, you're holding her. Nice.
Your armor class, sir,
20.
gets you.
Oh.
What the?
Mm-hmm. Wow. Lovely.
21 damage, sir.
Holy moly!
Yikes.
As you step up to her, his bolt is right into your neck, and you kind of stagger a little bit.
As I pull that out, I'm gonna hold my sword up, turn it, and do all 3 ring around.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
You feel warm blood.
I think it's +7 to hit, and is it 2d10
per
2d10 per
charge.
charge.
6d10.
And it's 10 feet per charge as well,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
Well, I think it's 10. I
think
think
it's
it's 10
5
feet
feet.
and then 5 extra per charge. So I think it knocks it back 20 feet. I can look it up.
That is a hit, my man.
Alright,
So
so
60-10 because you're doing. Goodness gracious.
okay. That's 37 points. Of damage.
Yeah, you all see Caecilius strides forward, takes the hit, raises his sword, and you just see a huge spectral skeletal ram emerge out of his hand. Just it punches through the fence, wood shatters and splinters everywhere, slams into him, and he goes flying back 20 feet. Hits the ground. As he's landing, almost seems to roll and catches himself a little bit. Lands. I mean, he is prone, but he lands in such a way that he doesn't look like it hurts too bad. I mean, he's clearly been wrecked by that. How much damage was it again?
37.
That was a good roll.
That's a good roll.
Okay. On their turn, all of them.
How many points are you?
Oh, 31.
All of them, you see, they each have a dagger in one hand and raise a crossbow in the other hand, and also seem to be aiming. Okay. I believe that would be. Oh gosh, another enemy too. You don't see anything. Esme, it is your turn.
Cool. I'm gonna bless some people, including me, you, and your horse at level 2.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, level two lets you bless someone else.
That's why she's doing 4.
Oh, I'm sorry. I heard. Yeah, me, you, and your horse. You got all 4. Cool. Nice. Let's see. That brings us to Hedge.
All right. I'm going to. I didn't find one. I'm going to summon a grizzly bear, underneath me, so
I
when
like
it summons,
where you're going
I
with
actually
that.
ride on top of it.
Okay.
Nice.
I will definitely allow that. Is that concentration?
That's actually a good question. It probably is.
What? That's awesome.
Yeah, it is concentration.
Cool.
Yep, that's
All
fine.
right, you. And, I mean, you all even look at this bear. You see like saliva. I actually have a bear model if you want to
Do
use
you?
it.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yep. It's not a huge bear, but it's probably
It's
appropriate.
large. That's all I need.
Where you at, bear? Here you go. He should be on a larger. You can just plop him in the middle of some stuff. Take a 4. Not quite as imposing, but still a big bear. All right, whatever.
And the bear will attack her.
Awesome.
Is it a big
She
bear
is
or
no
a
longer
bear?
held, right?
No, she's not. It's a cave bear.
Okay. Do it up.
All right, bite. 13. Yes.
Sorry. I got off of that page. 13 is just a miss, yes.
Okay. Oh my god.
Do you
Can't
get
do it,
advantage?
No, it's concentration.
Oh, so hold's gone.
Yeah, hold.
I
Yeah,
got
She
you.
is
Yeah.
now free.
I was assuming that someone was going to attack her.
Oh, I got you.
Okay, and then you have. Oh, your
That was
action
my
is
action
somewhere.
fast, yeah.
Driessa.
Did we decide that radiant consumption is concentration, even though it doesn't say it on
It's
there?
not.
It's not.
It is
no.
not.
It's not a spell.
All right. I am going to do. I'm going to move away a little bit from any of my buddies. I'm going to do radiant consumption as my action. And then I'm going to spend some sorcery points, and I'm going to cast Fly on myself as
Cool.
a bonus action,
Love it.
and fly into the air, and I'm going to scream out, "All of you standing here ready to fight for her, She is clearly going to die here. I suggest you leave.
Make an intimidation roll.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna spin that. 13.
Alright. I mean, they waver for a moment, but don't seem too convinced.
I
But
would
you
like to
fly up in the
inspire
air.
you, Jeff.
Almost
Turning
got
into a
it.
bear.
For burning up.
Yeah, for burn up.
Thank you.
Sometimes you just gotta grin and bear it.
Oh my
Stop.
god.
No.
You get mad at us.
Yeah, you can't do
I'm
that.
sorry. Okay, fair. That's fair.
This is Strahd.
That's
Steven.
fair. That's fair.
Everybody boo the DM real quick.
Nah, don't do that.
I want to live.
Okay. With that, she is just like, you have made a grave mistake. And she begins chanting.
Oh no.
And as she does, you hear, and you start to see black wisps around her. Raises her hand, and these black spirits just start spinning around her. And she's like, behold, the spirits of my family! And raises her hands forward and strides forward.
I can do that too.
Black spirits are just swirling all around you. And as she steps forward, crossbows from all of them go off. This one is shooting at you, Hedge, on your bear.
Okay.
They are at disadvantage because of range. That is a miss, I think. What's your armor class?
14.
Ooh, that's actually, I think, a hit.
Probably is a hit. Plus 5.
Yes, that is a hit. Thanks. That'll be 13 points of damage, my man. For the bear.
Yeah.
Much better.
Okay.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
You already know.
That one takes a shot at you, Wayland. You're getting bonus armor class. Nope. That one takes a shot at you, Wayland. Nope. And that one back there takes a shot at Driessa.
I'm 60 feet in the air.
Okay. It's still disadvantage. I think he got you.
Yeah.
Fly concentration.
It is.
You don't like fall though, right? You kind of float down.
I believe so.
13 points of damage, Driessa.
Do you need me to roll a save?
Yes, I
Save?
do. Yes, I do indeed.
Okay.
It's down.
I'm down on the ground.
Well,
Yeah, you,
read
you
it. I
just
think
float
you
down.
start to
You
float
don't.
down.
You don't fall. You
No.
just float down. And Wayland, it is your turn.
Waylon's gonna yell out just as loud as he can, Osprey! Fight! So,
You
Osprey
can
is,
totally control Osprey.
yeah, Osprey is going to act before Waylon.
Where's your horse, John?
I didn't bring it.
Yeah, I left him in the stables.
So he's going
Creeping
to
on all the other horses.
kind of get a running start and come charging at this dude.
Nice. He's like,
So I get advantage because he is prone, yeah? On that, thunderous...
Beginning of your turn, you
Yep,
gotta make a save.
that is true. What kind of save?
oh yeah.
Spirit Guardians.
I already forgot about it. Yep.
Beware.
What kind of
Con
save
save,
am
I
I
think.
Con save?
Is our
It's a
wisdom.
con save.
Is it con or wisdom? Isn't it like wisdom?
Sorry.
Wisdom.
Should know that off the top of my head. Wisdom save, yes.
14 plus 2, so
You
16.
pass.
Broccoli in
Uh,
my computer.
Take 7 points of damage as you just feel like these spirits like almost scraping past your skin. Almost feels like sandpaper being rubbed across your skin. Leaves a searing cold.
Okay with that. Alright. And then, we're going to, thunderously charge this poor fellow
I love
who's
it.
been knocked down. Okay. 10 plus 6, so 16.
16.
She went after me?
Hmm?
Okay. Well, I was thinking she was before.
Yep. Nah, she rolled terrible on
Okay.
initiative. Yeah, that gets him actually. 16 gets him.
Nice. Plus 4, so 9 damage to him.
All right. 9 mo.
Mm-hmm. I guess he has to make a strength saving throw.
He's already
already
down,
prone,
so yeah.
Prone,
And then we are going to attack Lady Voctor.
Cool.
And by we, I mean myself.
The
So
royal we.
yeah, the royal we. That'll be an 18.
We're working on winning D&D, Thanrand. An 18 is a hit on her, sir.
Alrighty. 5 plus 6. That'll be an 11. And attack number 2.
Concentration save.
How much was it? Yeah, 11.
Yeah, 11.
Okay. Attack number 2 says.
Attack number 2 says that's most likely a hit. That's a 19 before.
Yes.
Let me get out one of these boys. Yep, that's 11 more.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you're just fighting through the spirits, whistling around her. Stab her once. She's like, ah! Looks at you, stabs her again. Blood kind of appears in her old lady teeth. First save.
She probably makes it.
I think that one's good. Yep. And second one says.
Yep.
Still good. The spirits continue just screaming and raking past you. It would be Ernst right now. Ernst stands up, takes a crossbow to you, Wayland. Yeah, that is just actually. He actually rolls on the ground, stands up, rushes over here a little ways.
Do I get an attack?
Disengage.
No, you do not.
He's a rogue.
Takes a shot at you, Wayland. Misses. Yep. Misses and backs up. And he says, "Get ready!" Caecilius.
How far is my man away?
Feel free to saddle up.
2 more than 30.
2 more than 30. I need a lot of move. Okay, so we'll go 5. This broke open, right?
Yep, sure did.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. As I'm running, I'll pull out javelins and start
Nice.
hurling them at them.
I really like that thing you do when Sean talks about javelins.
What?
You always march and you're like
21.
every
I'm
time.
with, man, I'm with you. I think the same
Thanks,
way.
man. I appreciate that. You're not making fun of me like my own life. Okay, that's clearly a hit.
That is 6 damage, and then toss one more at my man. Actually, no, man. I couldn't have done that. I'm holding a sword and a shield. There's no way I could have pulled those javelins.
No. You can
So
sheath the sword.
you don't have to interact to pull a javelin.
Yeah.
You would have to
sheath
put
the
shield.
sword.
It's considered
ammunition.
You put the sword away.
I got you. Okay.
So you won't have your sword out.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's
so
part
I
of
can-
the attack for ranged
All right,
weapons.
then here's the
Yes,
second
So that is
attack.
it.
Let's.
Thank you for thinking of that, though.
All right. So 12 plus. Think about it. 6. Yeah. So it's 18. Damn it. Also for 6 more.
Lydia, do you use a two-handed weapon, or do you have a shield? It's a big maul.
Yeah,
two-handed.
yeah. She thought she was in trouble.
So did I. I thought you were going to yell at her for opening the bag.
It's like what?
You just saw the fear in her eyes. She just stopped opening her.
I didn't even drop any on the floor yet.
Do you even consider the floor?
All 4 of those, you see, reload their crossbows, crouch a little bit, and start taking aim at Caecilius.
Do they have one of those baby bibs with
Could,
like the catcher on there?
Esme, you hear a strange, like, shimmer sound, and a little tiny devil flying appears right behind you, comes at you, and its tail whips at you with this wicked-looking little stinger.
I don't like that.
Real shitty.
What you eating over there?
Is your armor class?
Nothing.
It can?
Just
Gotcha.
a
Oh, no.
sponsorship
I need
of
you to
Castle
make
Mac
me
D&D.
a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay,
Man, you're getting all the afflictions.
I would like that. I didn't make it. I rolled a 2.
Okay. You take 20 total points of damage.
Cool.
It pierces, and then your skin starts burning. Like, you turn, and it kind of lands on you, and the stinger sticks into your neck, and you can't help but be like, "Ah!" as poison just burns through your skin and
Why
cheeks.
not? Why not? I need to roll for bless.
But it is your turn now, yes.
I got a 14.
Bless is good.
But
Now roll for Spirit Guardians.
Now roll for Spirit Guardians. Wisdom on the Spirit G's.
I got a 10. I don't know.
You're also blessed.
You got a lot of wisdom, yeah. I think
You
can
bless
pass that.
yourself
Okay,
too.
well that doesn't matter because I'm gonna walk up to her.
Hold on. You still take
Ooh.
damage.
How much?
8.
Ow.
Yeah.
Half.
Nasty.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're gonna walk up to her. You'll draw from this guy.
That's fine.
Okay.
Miss.
Nope.
Unfortunate.
Did you make a Constitution save?
You're blessed. Don't forget. I'm
That
pretty
passes.
sure you make it.
Take 10 more damage. And another check for bless.
Last bless.
What would you roll?
A 4.
What's your con save bonus? What's your con bonus?
It doesn't matter. 'cause I'm
It
not
does.
Yeah, it
sure.
does.
It
You're
does. You're
blessed.
blessed. That's why.
Oh,
If you roll a 4, that's an 8 plus your con bonus.
I'm about to lose bless. I'm gonna cast something else.
Oh, never mind.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, I apologize. I
That's
didn't
cool.
realize you were doing that.
I liked Bless.
I'm sorry. I want to walk up to her and then I want to cast Spirit Guardians on myself.
Oh, yeah. The black tendrils of spirits start intermingling with white and blue elven spirits. And, I mean, you guys just see this circling cyclone between them.
I just want to be smiling at her.
Hedge. Wisdom save for both you and the bear, please.
Bear is red. We both make
You
it.
both make it. And you both take...
And I roll a 17 for my con.
You both take 4 damage.
Okay.
Hey, throw me one of those bad boys, will you?
Oh my god, we can't stop.
They're too good. Red Vines. We hope you
Can I
want
have
to
a pen?
sponsor Council Mac.
Pen?
Like so I can write my embarrass hit points here. If you have like a thank you.
Is that like a Sharpie you could write it with?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Alright, so I dispel magic
On her?
on the
Gone.
Spirit Guardians and my bear attacks her. So
Hell yeah.
bite, claw.
Never leave home without a druid.
20 and a
Both
25. Alright, so claw for 11
Okay.
and bites for 15. Sorry, 12.
How does your bear
Yeah!
evil Lady Doctor?
He claws her across the chest, and then with the other one he pulls her in and just bites her head and tears it off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you just watch. Your spirits are just swarming around, and a faint elven hymn going on as this bear just pulls her in.
And then bear moves. Can he plow through that fence? Or do I have to go through the gate?
Let's call it difficult ground, but
Okay.
yes, he'll plow.
Oh, then he'll just keep going. Sweet.
You didn't have to knock me over though.
Yeah, I did. Was she here?
Back one. Driessa!
Asa.
Free!
No.
Alright,
I need the MacBook juice. And...
how about...
Why, yes, then, Ram. Those are Red Vine's brand delicious. He says the deliciously rewarding treat that has been making special moments even sweeter for generations.
Oh my god!
It is indeed. Our campaign is gonna work.
Hey, don't
With
forget
that
it's my
juice.
turn.
I'm not forgetting.
Oh wait, so it's my turn now?
Wayland, you're up.
Yep. Alright, so
He was talking
No,
about
it's still
this
my
juice.
turn.
I thought you wanted to.
I'll cut you
I
off.
do, but I also want the MacBook juice. Go ahead, Driessa, what you got?
I'll wing it.
Oh, so that means it's my turn?
Okay, go for it.
I'm gonna do a thing. And that is... Level 6. Cool, bonus action. Okay. I'm going to have this dude make a dex check.
Dex checks inbound. What am I looking to beat?
14.
That is still pretty good. He beats it.
Nothing happens to him.
Cool. I'll take it.
Tight.
Is that a
Anything
cantrip?
else?
Yep. That's all I was gonna do.
Okay.
Sacred one.
Wayland, you're up, sir.
Osprey's gonna charge this dude man again.
Nice.
He's gonna continue at him. Cool.
As you do, all of those crossbows. In my head canon, they were waiting for an enemy to be adjacent to get their sneak attack off. I love you, Osprey. This should be fine. One over there.
Oh, I'm gonna give this to.
Is this on Osprey?
That's not Osprey.
I'm gonna give this to Coach.
18 damage on Osprey.
Not because Osprey can use it, but because I feel like he's about to be in tears.
This is fine. This is fine.
The next one fires at Osprey.
That's a hit.
I don't want to know how many hit points he has because I might change my mind. 17 damage on Osprey.
Could you not count?
Tip him over? Oh.
They held their actions for that. The next one fires.
Need to know where this is.
Misses. The next one fires. Misses. Osprey hits the ground. We're giving him saves just like player characters because he's special. I lost a die, which I deserve.
Ah!
Yep, you deserve that. I'm not helping you.
Got it.
All right.
Okay, now that's your turn now. And you look and you can see Osprey. He's running towards him, and you see his hind legs kind of give out. Then another one hits him, and he tumbles in the dirt just in front of him, and he looks up.
Waylon's pissed, but he knows he can't do anything against those guys right now. He does, however, know there's a fucking imp behind him, and he's just gonna go to town on that dude. So that'll be a 21.
Oh, that's a hit.
So 8 damage.
Okay. I mean, you kind of skewer through one of its wings, and it kind of grabs on. It's like,
And then second attack, that'll be 11.
no, that won't get him.
All right. We ain't done yet. We are going to action surge.
Sight.
So again, yeah, that'll probably get him.
That's a hit.
Yeah. So for 11 damage.
How does this little beast die?
Oh, he just runs him into the ground. You know, spear over shield, just squished. Imp bug.
A couple
on
more
ground.
times. Yeah, it just twitches a little bit.
And he's gonna turn around.
You gotta move. You've moved 5.
Yeah, he's gonna turn around and run as far as he can that way.
Beautiful. Thanran's helping us with our marketing campaign to get Red Vine sponsorship right now.
I can't wait.
I mean, oh, that's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
wear a
great.
Red Vine shirt. Can we all get Red Vine shirts?
Yeah, Red Vine's hats.
And necklaces.
Um,
We just eat them off each other.
Raven and I basically.
I know.
Yeah, y'all are fine.
All right.
So their day
I'm a
continues as
big
normal.
fat dummy. When I went in the air
Yeah,
and I flew up, did I say I did radiant consumption?
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I need to apply damage to myself.
Just what is it? Just one? Or?
One turn's worth.
Okay. It is Mr. Ernst. He stands up, backs off, all the way adjacent to that guy,
I'm not helping you.
up against that wall.
Gotcha.
I don't got you.
Light crossbow at you, Mr. Sean. Misses. You turn a track. It's like you see the bolt. Knock it away on the shield. Cassilius, it is you.
30, I get. Or no, I don't, because
No, he's back there. He's quick on his feet, man. He can bonus action to dash.
You got more javelins?
I do, but actually knowing where I'm at right now, as I get up there, looking them dead in the eye to my wound with my crossbow bolt, I'm gonna touch my own and have divine light with my lay on hands and wipe away the blood to no
Nice.
wound. My man doesn't know how much lay on hands I have. I had a pencil. I don't know what happened to it.
Pencil.
Oh man, over here.
I needed it to
Get
kill my
that
horse.
man a pencil. That was the imp. Okay, these guys are next. Sean, the one standing there, draws his short sword. I'm sorry, they have a dagger in one hand and the light crossbow in the other hand. You know what? He comes at you and attacks.
Okay.
He steps forward. Gets you with his dagger. You move him forward one.
Nope, I'm helping you.
Here.
Yeah. That'll be five points of piercing damage, sir. The other ones, load crossbows. See hedge coming in. 3 volleys of crossbows on hedge. Hedgeold. First one, that'll get you. For 6. Second one, gets you. For 8. Third one. What's your armor class?
14.
For 9. Hedge is just riding on this massive bear. You see them all reloading crossbows. Esme!
I would like to cast Healing Word on Osprey.
Okay, no problem.
Cool. Two.
2 plus your wisdom modifier.
Mm-hmm.
You got any of those red boys left?
No, none for you.
None for you.
Just one more.
None for you.
One more.
None for him.
You're fine. Nobody's dead yet.
I don't care.
I'm totally killing off right now. I'm killing Hedge.
Hey, wait a minute, I didn't do anything.
How much did I get back? Or my horse?
Plus 3, so
5.
5.
Esme, are you moving?
Okay, yeah, I'll move on.
Do that.
Anyway, so I have a regular thing to do
Action.
now.
Mm-hmm.
Have any of those guys been wounded? He's been wounded.
Yeah, he got ran over by a horse
Hi.
and got
What's the range on
rammed
this?
by a ram.
Pretty
horse.
good.
Pretty long range.
That's pretty
cool.
far. Is it a wisdom
60
save?
feet. Yeah, it is a wisdom save.
Sure that.
He passes.
I hate this man.
I think you're one off. I don't know if he could get him.
Well,
Well, he passed anyway, so. Hedge, you are up, sir.
Bear runs up. He'll go first. 17 and 13.
Both hit.
Oh, wow. Okay. So let's do this.
I'm sorry, the 13 doesn't. I'm sorry.
Okay.
The first one does.
can I have the last one?
Yeah.
Really?
No!
12 damage.
Not for you.
Fanran just linked us to Red Vine's shirts, so I hope you guys are ready to all pitch in on some Red Vine.
I'm literally about to
How
buy
much-
them.
how much
I'm
was it?
buying them right
12.
Okay. The bear comes up and slashes him.
And then. Shit. Hedge's action. He's gonna lightning bolt those two.
Yeah.
Lightning bolt. Okay, awesome. Here we go, dex saves, right?
15.
As they lay. Fail.
Yeah.
Fail.
Oh, bro.
They
Okay.
both failed. Those guys aren't quite as proficient
Ah, I
as,
gotcha.
as Ernst.
So that's 25.
Woo! Yeah, I mean, they're both. It hits the building to the side. You see scorch marks up the side of the building. I mean,
he's
you
just
guys
screaming.
hear. Yeah, you hear people all around. Yeah, I mean, you're screaming and you're wheezing a little bit because
Yeah.
you've got arrows, bolts just punched in. I'm gonna not skip Driesa's turn, so it is Driesa's turn right now.
I'm going to cast Ray of Frost on this guy.
Cool.
12 plus 6,
That
18.
is a hit. Yep.
and that is 8, 12. Cold damage plus 6 radiant.
Wow. Plus 6 radiant.
What's your level?
How do you
Because
kill him?
Damn, that's a lot of damage.
That is a lot of damage.
Radiance just, same thing as always. Radiance just comes out of his head and he
Yeah,
explodes.
in fact, you lift off the ground just a little bit. hits him, and then divine light surrounds him.
I mean, you're Super Saiyan right now.
Yeah.
You
And he is dead. Okay, Wayland. Osprey is breathing and seems to be alive on the ground.
I'm just gonna run over to Osprey.
Cool. And Osprey you can stand back up with his scan.
You can dash to get there.
Yep.
Yeah. Dash there.
Okay.
I didn't get on.
You can get on.
40, 45, 50, 55. Yeah. I can-
Exactly, because it only takes you the 5 feet.
right?
Yeah, I mean, Osprey, like, kind of sees you coming.
Kind of waits.
Yeah, he does his final push back up, like, once he feels you on his back. Okay, it is Monsieur Ernst. If you would, please move him up to adjacent to you, Caecilius. He draws a wicked-looking short sword, and he's just like, comes and sticks you. Misses, sticks again. Gets you on that one. Oh man, that's a pretty big sneaky attacky.
Do it.
16 damage, and sticks you one more time. Gets you. No sneak attack on this one though. 6 more. Caecilius, it is now your turn.
now that he's right there,
Now that he's where I want him.
I'm going to. Oh yeah, because I can do it all now, son. With my bonus action, I'm going to cast Magic Weapon,
Oh yeah.
and then I'm coming down to swing on him.
That's my butt. I'm sorry. I'm not.
I don't know if that will though. That's 16.
New.
Okay. Here is the second attack.
That'll do.
That
I will
was
drop a
nice.
second level smite in.
Do it, my dude.
Smite him.
So here's
Smiter.
Smote him.
Just
so I
matter.
have regular damage, and then
Yeah,
2d8
you can lump
and
them
then
all.
3d8.
Yes, exactly.
Got it.
Smote him.
There we go. There we go. I did not roll like myself. 16, so 24 plus. That's 30 damage, my dude.
Not great.
How does Ernst die?
Oh man, after he sticks me, I'm gonna pull the blade in. And after I did that, I mean, I'm just running him
Grab
through
the
the
hilt.
other side. I'm already hurt. And I'll run him through the other way.
You Urk high him.
Oh yeah, I definitely
Do you scream
do.
out, "Ertz, don't it"?
I'm going to blow out like just radiant energy like out the backside. I mean, I want my dude to have a silhouette on the wall
yeah.
behind him.
Oh,
Nice.
yes.
With that, guys, the other ones run, dash, bonus action to dash, and disappear behind buildings. I mean, they don't really have any problem getting away. I don't think the bear might
Well,
be able
that
to
guy-
keep up.
Well, that guy, you'll have to disengage.
He'll disengage, move 30, then dash. It's his action. It's a
Yeah.
bonus action. So he moves 60.
60.
Yeah.
Move
I mean-
60, you say?
We're not going to chase these individual
Okay,
dudes
yeah,
down. If
understood.
you really want to, you can. They're going to
No.
run into crowded areas.
I'm fine with it.
They
I'm not fine with
disappear,
it, but I'll...
melt into
Oh.
the distance.
Good. I have 11 hit points.
Nice.
I have 11.
I feel pretty good about that.
Okay. That's fine.
And there you are.
There are still bodies though. They both have bodies.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Who has bodies?
Well, there's
The dead. I mean,
Okay.
somewhat
Ernst
bodies.
Wachter, you killed one of the.
Is Lady Wagner
Thieves.
still there?
Her body is, yeah.
yeah.
The imp.
Nice.
Can she?
Yeah. Well, she has to be willing.
No, I mean, did Bear do enough damage to her that she wouldn't be able to talk to her?
I guess you could
Enough
talk to the
damage
head
to
if
the-
it ripped off the head.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I think she can.
Okay.
She is definitely wrecked, though.
Hmm.
They're finding the right part.
I mean,
Maybe I won't.
I mean, it's Ash, right? An alien.
Yeah, that's exactly what I imagine.
I probably won't.
perfect organism. You can.
Why not?
I don't know what to ask her. I'd say that in character.
Yeah, you guys have congregated on the porch at this point, kind of staring down at her body.
Short resting.
Yeah, you can have a short rest.
I'd be dragging Ernst's body, and I'd grab the other one and be dragging their bodies.
All right.
Back
I'll put it on and be like, what would you like to know from her?
I don't know. Clearly she's in league with Strahd. I don't know if she'll tell us a thing. Nor do I think we could trust what she said anyway. She was cunning. What would you want to know? I have no idea.
I'm not gonna ask her anything.
Waylon doesn't care. He's too busy tending to Osprey.
This is a fence.
Yes.
I am decorating the fence with these bodies.
Tight. You all see Caecilius.
I mean, I'm not impaling them necessarily.
Don't worry about your short rest yet, guys. You're not going to get attacked yet. So, yeah, you guys see Caecilius dragging these bodies to the fence, and there is a developing crowd now. Maybe 20 or 30 people now, onlookers. You see people kind of leaving, and they'll come back with more people. And Caecilius is propping up the bodies on the fence.
He would address the crowd.
Right. The Wachters assassinated your Burgomeister. Justice has been done. You can look upon them now. There'll be a need for leadership. In the meantime, I would suggest speaking to Father Lucian, the leader of the church. He is your de facto leader for now. And he's far more respectable than any of these vermin.
I mean, people are looking around. Make me a persuasion check. I'm going to give you advantage because the people kind of love you.
That's a 22, my dude.
Alright, I mean, you can see people are looking kind of nervous at first, like, what the hell are we going to do? But as you address them and reassure them, you see people kind of nodding, like, shrugging their shoulders as if...
I mean, he's doing his best to, like, obviously have it make sense and to be fairly transparent, but, I mean, obviously he put the bodies up there for a reason. I mean, there is an inherent level of intimidation, I suppose, at the same time.
When
Right.
was the next festival supposed to be?
Pretty soon.
Yeah, pretty soon. 4 more days, I think.
Or
4
were
days
we
away.
planning on staying
For the
for
wed-
that?
was that for the
No.
wedding?
No, I don't think so. No, the wedding is
The wedding's
2
2
weeks.
weeks.
Oh, and
We
this
were-
is the wine one.
The wine festival is in 4 days.
I will say to the crowd, instead of the wine festival, we will hold a funeral for this family. Well, not we. I won't say we, but
There will be.
Caecilius will pick up on it too.
Like, yes, a funeral for your murdered leaders. The wine is still here. You can drink in memory of them and whoever else you've lost.
Tight. I think both of y'all get some inspiration for that.
thanks.
Oops, sorry.
I'll take it. No.
I'll give this one to Hedge.
That hedgy boy.
Dad, hedgy boy.
Hegemon.
Alright, I mean, people seem to have come to grips with it. They're a little nervous, but you quell their fears for the most part. What are you three doing? I mean, you're tending to Osprey, who is on the mend. I'm sure someone spares some healing for you. He's
do.
He's
How
back
many
up.
hit points does he even have?
He has 25. When I
Mm.
use all 3 of his hit dice, he usually gets back up somewhere within reason.
Hedge is still on his bear. Lasts an hour.
Yeah. Just sitting on a bear. The people, I guess, find a little less weird than you might
reaching
think.
in, grabbing food.
Yep. Snacking on some red vines.
He harvested some red vines when he was out in the woods.
The original.
Yeah.
Licorice treat. Okay.
He
What do
just
you
kind
guys
of
do
prancing
next?
around. I mean, Hedge doesn't like being in town anyway.
Yeah.
So he's just kind of following his lead a little bit. Maybe
Kinda
he's
staying
following
behind
behind
him.
him, and as he's talking, the bear might.
Hell yeah.
Caecilius would add it to the show too. Pet the bear.
Be like, and the mighty Hedge
Yeah, I mean,
No, stop.
I mean, he'll put on the show. You know what I mean?
I like it. What do you all do now? After this winds down, the bodies remain on the fence of the would-be usurpers. The town seems to be at ease. I mean, they are legitimately, it seems, sad about what happened, but they don't seem to be despondent like they might have otherwise been. Without the wine, almost certainly.
Well, now they actually have a leader who is a priest of
Right.
the Morning Lord.
Priest of the Morning Lord is now their leader.
I mean, as we come together, though, I would be like, good fight, everyone. There might be a more immediate problem, though I know they'll look to the leader. There is Isaac. He is a brute, and he's cruel.
He does seem like the type that would seize power, given the opening.
We haven't seen him.
Haven't seen him.
But is he still here?
I have no doubt. I'm sure he is. I mean, if not, that's a problem taken care of, but
He can't be too hard to track down. He does have a flaming arm.
he's also kind of an idiot. We might be able to talk him into serving the Morning Lord.
You've interacted with him more than I have. Take your word for it.
Well, we either convince him, or we have to fight him. I don't feel particularly good, though if he would, I don't know. He's a complete idiot, but he has the power to hurt a lot of people. I think he's risky either way. What do you all think?
What does he look like?
He's a big human, but he has one arm of complete fire.
Have I ever seen that when I was flying around? Did I see anything like that?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
I haven't seen him yet either.
Okay.
If we find him, if we could persuade him to help defend the people.
If we see him, you're right. We'll talk to him. If not, most people will look to the church. He can only get in so much trouble while we're gone.
Hopefully. But we do have more pressing needs than taking care of Balaki.
We do. We are walking away from another town that has no leader, that is in slightly less shambles than the last one.
We are making a bad habit of this.
It was not our fault the last time,
It was not our fault this time either.
and it's not our fault this time. She forced us.
That's true, Edge. She did.
She knew what she was doing. She made it leaderless by killing the Burgermeister.
She did. It's hubris that she thought we'd spare her. It's the same type of hubris that Strahd has given so far.
Where next?
Well,
Ginverstadt?
that is our most obvious clue next.
I think Ginverstadt had said it would give us the history.
It's also near the Keepers. If we need a rest, the Keepers have always helped us with welcoming arms.
True. But we have to our Ginverstadt. There's the Babala sagas beyond that.
I think it is worth mentioning that her sons are still alive and out there.
That's true.
They may seek vengeance.
Though the people now know that the name of Vakta is disgraced, I doubt they will find any safe haven here.
And she said they were stupid.
Did she?
She did.
They seem stupid.
Yes.
Good job, Edge.
He kind of thinks for a second and turns into a raven and flies off.
Cool.
And flies over to the Wachter house.
Don't think I'll ever get used to
Yeah,
that.
you fly to the Vox
I'm gonna
house.
fly to the upper level and look in windows.
So I was gonna say, as you get there,
He'd
you
catch
see
on
a
to the-
crowd of people with torches, and like as you arrive, the
They're
first
burning the
torch is thrown, shatters through the glass.
What about those skellies down in the basement?
No, they're down.
No.
I mean,
They're
You
skeletons.
see another one throws another torch, and they're all kind of cheering at it as the sad house seems to accept its fate.
Relieved
maybe
house.
embrace it.
Yeah.
he still will, before it catches on fire, he'll still fly around the top
Yeah.
and look in and see if
You
he
don't
sees
see
any-
anybody inside.
Okay. All right. Well, then don't fly back.
But as you are flying back, go ahead and make a perception check.
Good lord. 10.
No good? Okay.
Did you add your bird perception on there? Because you get like keen sight.
Oh, I guess it would be an
I
advantage.
guess it is an advantage. I'll take your word for it.
16.
Okay, with 16 you see another crowd in the market, and you can see that the gallows has 2 bodies swinging.
Those sons? Okay. Alright, well, he'll fly back.
Alrighty then.
Change back. They hung them. They hung the boys. They burned the house down.
You guys now look, and you can start to see a column of smoke starting to rise.
It seems the people of Valaki are a little bit more stronger-willed than the people of Kresk. I do not think we have to worry about Isaac.
I agree. Still, we should go by the gallows. And, I mean, yeah, would.
Cool. I think as you guys head there, you kind of meet up with the crowd coming from the burning of Wachter House, and they're sort of walking behind you all in procession. And they have lit torches now. It's not yet evening, but it's always dark. So, this orange glow behind you. You get there, big crowd around the gallows. People are cheering.
I feel like at this point I'm marching like a soldier.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
We're on parade at this point.
Heck yeah.
Shield out, spear up.
Ah, yeah. Everyone can see your proud new heraldry.
Yeah.
Kai would walk onto the gallows.
All right. I mean, people seem to be expecting it. What do the rest of you do when he walks up there?
Behind him.
Well, everybody walk behind
I
him?
think I'm still on my bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Stride
go
up on your
to
bear.
one side of the gallows.
Yeah.
Kind of.
And Hedge will be on the other side on this bear.
There's a bear with a crazy druid and a fucking knight.
And I think the crowd quiets as you get there.
For those of you who didn't hear, with no leader, I said you should now look to the church. Look to Father Lucian. He's a good man. There's nothing of the past of old families here. He is a leader because he chooses the right path. You have seen justice done to the Wachters, but don't start distrusting your neighbors. You are all stronger together. Don't get too suspicious. Be vigilant of what's outside of the city. Enjoy your wine. Drink to your fallen comrades. And I beseech you to walk the righteous path, the holy path.
As you finish, one person breaks into a hymn, and the whole crowd starts piling in, and they sing a hymn of the Morning Lord.
Oh, dang.
Oh man.
It's gonna piss some Strahd off.
Esme loves that, but she's also terrified that she's gonna just turn into a werewolf anything.
Oh, yeah. Just
I'm so torn.
There's a lot of meat out there.
I'm so
a
torn.
lot of delicious
Don't
meat.
worry, I'll moonbeam the shit out of you.
I'll just cast slow on
I'm
you.
sorry.
Very sorry.
Oh,
Which will turn you back.
I'm such a dummy. Never mind. I'll do it later.
You sure?
All right, I think you guys kind of stay there for a bit. I mean, I don't think you linger too long up there,
No.
but yeah, I mean, the people are singing, and the wine starts flowing, and it's almost like a party.
So now we're at like an almost party thing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. What are you guys doing? Do you hang out there with the crowds, or where do you
Or
head?
do we go rest, or...
Go back to the inn.
I think we go back to the inn.
I
Yeah.
would like to sleep at the church.
That sounds like a good plan.
Are you sure you wouldn't like to sleep with us taking watch over you?
At the church.
Some of us.
Okay.
We can all go sleep at the church.
Get our money back from the inn.
Do any of you have any chains?
No, however, Hedge, I think I might need that ring back.
Okay. He hands it back to you.
Just in case we can't find
Yep,
you
no
in the
problem.
morning.
Good thinking.
I can take your weapon. We'll go to the blacksmith while you guys grab the things and go to the church. Silver the weapons. We'll get some non-silver chains that might burn you too much if you turn.
I must insist you lock me up while I sleep.
Okay, we can do that.
Isn't there like a basement in the...
There is, yep. Yep, the Undercroft, I think it's called.
That will do.
That will do.
All right.
Okay, so I think you head to the blacksmith. We'll go ahead and roleplay that one out
Yeah,
so you get the
yeah.
common folk reaction
Yeah, and I'll
to
have
this.
Wayland.
Cool.
with
So
me.
the two of you show up to the blacksmith.
Wayland walks there. Osprey needs to
Osprey's
lay down.
resting.
He's
Yeah, you get there and he's just like, "What can I do for you? 'Twas thee avenged our Burgomeister's untimely death. Oh, to what does Thaddeus owe the pleasure?"
Thaddeus.
He's got a filthy smock on with like singe marks on it. Obviously burly, no shirt under the smock, just sweaty, like a sheen of sweat all over him.
Well, we have a bit of business we were hoping you could help us with. I realize silver might not be in abundance here. He's like, I do have silver coins. I was hoping you could melt them down, apply them to one of his weapons, and apply it to the top edges of this.
It's like, "Oh, sure, I could do that." And man, look at that. It's like, not much of a smith, but that is a very nice hammer.
It's an elven blade, no doubt.
Ah, that's what the runes. Of course, it will be my pleasure to do it for you. I'll have it for you in the morning. It would be my honor to do so.
hand over his spear.
He takes that and kind of looks at it. Holds it. I mean, you see some crude short swords that he's
Yeah.
made. He's clearly not great at it, but you think applying silver to a blade is something he could probably do.
Also, may I purchase some chains from you?
He's like, of course, of course. How many do you need? Thick? Small?
I need
Just for a
4
gate?
thick ones.
thick. I need about 20 feet.
He's like, yeah, no problem. He grabs him and says, these are on me. For what you all have done. For Velaki, that treacherous Voctor. You know, my father always said the Voctors were untrustworthy. Had a bit of a scuffle with her father, you know. Never liked them. The two boys, the wretches, just drinking and carrying on. Been in more than one fight, you know.
I have no doubt. I know there's plenty of old families here. Not all of them well.
Can't believe they would have tried to seize power like that. Damnable. The Burgomeister was no saint, but, well, he seemed alright by me. He's a good customer.
Certainly well intentioned.
He
Whether
tried
that's
as he
it or
could
not.
to do well by his people.
That's fair, that's fair, that's fair. Anyways, I'm sure you're busy. I'd be more than happy to take care of this, and I'll work through the night. You can have it in the morning.
We'll still pop 2 gold on there
Yeah.
and be like,
Wayland's gonna leave a couple.
1,
gold,
pay
too.
for your work. 2, if you want to pay it forward. Visit the church.
I will. Thank you. Thank you.
Nod and walk back.
yeah.
You all gather the things. You all meet up together, I think, and head to the church. And when you get there, it is packed, and more people are coming. You don't see Father Lucian up front. In fact, you find him in the back. He is tending to the barons and his wife and their sons' bodies.
Like preparing them.
And tears have streaked his face. Because if you recall, Lydia was his sister.
Yeah.
And they weren't that.
They weren't that
They
close.
had some weird tension.
Right. But it was still his sister.
Yeah.
So you guys come in and he kind of looks up at you and he's like, a foul day.
Sorry for your loss, Father.
Well, my sister and I didn't always see eye to eye. And I certainly was no fan of her husband, but I suppose the town will be looking to me now. That is a responsibility I wasn't prepared for, but feel I can accomplish.
I am sorry, but I would not have suggested it if I didn't think you were up to it.
I understand. You made the right call. There's no one else. I believe it was meant to happen this way. In fact, your arrival here, everything that's occurred, I can feel it. It's as if I can feel a sunbeam trying to punch its way through the overcast skies. And if I have to endure these hardships in order to help make those clouds part, then I will. Still, the heart is heavy.
I will leave you to tending the bodies, not intrude.
Smiles at you, Triessa.
I'll smile back and cast Beacon of Hope on everyone in the whole room.
Tight. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, you kind of look at him and you all see her close her eyes, I think. Imagine you whisper some words, radiant light, all of you feel that warmth, as if you just walked into the sun and feel like things are coming together. Things are going to be okay. He looks at you and smiles, kind of sniffles a little bit, and he's like, thank you.
Wayland was kind of overlooking at the Burgermeister more than Lady Lydia, thinking more about missed opportunities that were offered to him by the Burgermeister that probably don't exist.
Tea.
That tea. You missed out on that tea forever. Could have been good. Could have been Darjeeling. Anything.
Earl Grey.
Could add some red vines with it. You never know.
Well, it is starting to get late. You all head into the undercroft of the church and make your makeshift werewolf holder trap. Esme, I think it's quite embarrassing that they chain your feet, chain your arms together, make it comfortable, obviously. You know, they bring blankets down and a cot. And I think probably everyone also makes camp down here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I would have given that dagger, to him. I didn't say that earlier, but the dagger that she wanted me to get silvered for her.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
So,
no
all
problem.
of them.
Uh-huh.
You wanted that dagger silvered.
I want you to keep it.
It's with the
got
He had to
blacksmith.
get
but-
it silvered
yeah.
at the blacksmith, yeah. Cool. And you guys sleep peacefully through the night.
Wayland is
Esme
going to make
never
his bed
changes.
right in front of the door. Like, literally sleeping in the doorway.
Cool.
So blocking us from leaving.
Blocking someone else from leaving.
Oh, okay.
Man, that's a fire code, dude. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, the
Safety
Velaki fire
patrol.
marshal shows up.
Wayland
It's
punches him
actually
in the face.
Blinsky. It's his night job.
I just want to
Is
take a
no
quick
safe,
break
is
if we
no
could, y'all.
Blinsky.
Yeah.
What was that, Sean?
Just take a quick break. And I'm
Yeah,
gonna
let's
keep
take a
going.
quick break. It's yeah, we're good. Guys, we'll be right back. Thanks for sticking with us. We got a little bit more coming up.
All right.
There's an ocean underground, and I've been trying to dig it out. There's nothing there but gold. There's nothing there but gold. There's an ocean underground, and I've been trying to dig it out. There's nothing there but gold. There's nothing there but gold. There's an ocean underground, and I've been trying to dig it out. There's nothing there but gold. There's nothing there but gold. There's an ocean underground, and I've been trying to search for things and gods. There's nothing there but gold. There's nothing there but gold. Things and gods. There's an ocean underground, and I've been trying to search for things and gods. There's nothing there but gold. There's nothing there but gold. Things and gods. There's an ocean underground, and I've been trying to search for things and gods. There's nothing there but gold. There's nothing there but gold. Things and gods. There's an ocean underground, and I've been trying to search for things and gods. There's nothing there but gold. There's nothing there but gold. Things and gods.
Welcome back, everybody, for the final act of our episode tonight. Thanks again for joining us. Once again, down below, you see divine rerolls. Every 500, we get a divine reroll. You can find us on Twitter at CastleMacD&D, YouTube at CastleMac. We have an Instagram, CastleMacD&D, and finally, we have a Discord whose link is also down below.
Yeah, join us. Down below.
Join us
How's
down
that
below.
even working?
Under the bulkhead.
In the bilge.
In the build.
That's where our Discord is.
The bilge rat swan.
Okay, guys, the night passes uneventfully. Esme, you wake up first, and you're like, you're a little disoriented at first, feel the rattle of chains, realize you did not change.
Is there a full moon out or anything like that?
There is not right
Not that we would know that, right?
Yeah, I don't think you would
Okay.
really know.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make
The
sure.
moon is
I'm mad at you.
never
It's always a
Like
full
that we.
moon.
Well, I know.
in
We don't even know that
Barovia.
that's
Right,
in effect.
right, yeah, you don't even know.
Alright.
I know, right?
What do you guys do? Wait, you're cold now?
I've been cold.
Oh, you were cold. Do you want the
Yeah, it's
you
still
want
cold.
Heaty Boy?
Oh, no, I'm good.
Okay.
Waylon will wake up and help unlock Esme from her chain trap kind of deal.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I eat you promptly.
And they're in way.
you smell him.
She licks him just to see if he tastes good.
You obviously are fine. Didn't change last night. Everyone rested well. I think no even disturbing dreams. You were sleeping on the hallowed ground of the Church of St. Markovia.
Right.
Cool.
What now, fam? What does the party do now?
Is that your foot?
Time to head out.
I think
Yup.
so. We are still are on a time limit. Burgermeister or not, that wedding will still take place.
That wedding will take place.
13 days.
Alright.
What is the plan?
Argenvastad was next.
Argenvastad.
Ingolstadt. All of the sagas near there. I think that,
She is the one who says she is the mother of Strahd.
yeah,
That can't be true.
Well, questioning her can only help.
either way, she cleared out that town. Nobody can live there due to what she has. They said she's got one of the stones in the keepers for whatever her place of living is. I certainly hope for her sake it's not a dragon skull. Either way, though, she's a scourge. And perhaps there's some power there that we could find. Another artifact.
Y'all keep talking. I'm gonna clear the board. I forgot to do it on the break.
There's
Keep chatting.
some weapon that we're meant to find somewhere.
one of the fortunes is supposed to lead us there. We still don't know that one.
To a weapon. And also, what were the others?
One seems to be our good result that will give us a history of this place. Will tell us more of what we need to know.
Good, I would like to know the history.
Same. We still don't fully know how Strahd came to be. We know that he's been here. We put together that his brother and Tatiana, now Irina, were together and he was jealous. The Vishtani told us that he was a prince at one point, and he was wounded gravely in a battle. And they sheltered him, that's why they have special favor. But he apparently was beloved at some point.
By who?
Sounds like his people don't know what took place. But perhaps there's something there. Plus, again, the storm. They say that Silver Dragon helped. There were some knights of it. Holy men. Then the weapon. It's a weapon of sunlight.
Is that not what I have?
Something else. Yours is a holy symbol.
Just get those tattooed on us so we don't forget. Just get them on my hand.
It's like the picture of the woman over the fireplace or something.
Picture the woman.
The throne.
What does the one about the woman actually say?
Okay, so
It says a lady hangs above a fire, right?
a woman hangs above a roaring fire. Find her and you will find the treasure. And that is a sword. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight. That's the one we have no idea. The other is our greatest ally, is apparently this wizard that was here a year ago. Tried to raise an army.
Have I ever heard of him?
I think you have. Yes, you've heard like the Mad Mage. They call him the Mad Mage of Lake Baratok.
And do I know that's where he might be?
Probably yes.
Okay.
In fact, maybe once or twice you saw him in the distance. You would see him. He's as crazy as you, batshit insane. He'd be walking through the water and using shocking grasp to catch fish. He would zap them and then he'd pick them up and then like disappear and scurry off.
Okay.
Hedge took that as tactics
All
to
right.
get food.
Yeah. Good. I respect that.
Jambi said he was around a lake somewhere.
Yes, I've seen him up there a couple of times. He's quite mad.
Well, he got all the way to Ravenloft. He fought Strahd on his own, and he survived. It sounds like
But so did Strahd.
he was one. There are 5 of us.
Well, there were more there.
Not with the prowess.
Well, I've been at that battle.
No,
Because everyone died.
everyone died.
Yeah.
You probably just didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
He wasn't going around rounding up druids in
Right.
the
Well,
wild.
that's good. Yeah. Probably
Yeah,
makes
and
sense.
the keepers were like, yeah, y'all are stupid. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Those were commoners. And one wizard. Not that that isn't powerful on its own, but we're accomplished warriors.
That is true.
The more information we can find, the better. I think Arginvestad is a good start, and I do think we can get more information than we think from the lady who claims to be Strahd's mother.
What you got?
Where was that belladonna
That's the
again?
Baba Saga, right?
Up the mountain to the south.
Up the mountain to the south. Is that on? Is the
Yeah.
mountain to the south
Wayland's
on the way
It's
to?
actually
you
like
guys wanna
kind of
see
up
before
and like
fighting?
around a corner.
That's like kind of noble of him trying
Do you guys want to see the
first.
map here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, here's the map of Barovia. I know it's kind of small. You know what? Screw it. We're doing this. I'm letting you guys behind the screen on just a little bit. Can you please make sure that is completely wiped dry?
Not quite dry yet.
The big map. Big map is coming out. I don't think there's any spoilers on this anymore. Okay. Here is the map of Barovia. I'm gonna squeeze over here, guys. Let me squeeze betwixt you. Let me just squeeze Twixt.
Nothing comes.
This is where you came in. We're gonna revisit this whole thing. Is this visible on the battle map? Cool. This is where you guys came in and saw those statues.
Mm-hmm.
You rode into Barovia.
Mm-hmm.
And you came down, crossed the river. You went to the Sayre Pool.
Yep.
You went back to Barovia. You then came around this way. And here's where you saw the cult.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's Castle Ravenloft.
Was this where the hags were?
This is where the hags are right here. That's old Bone Grinder.
Right.
Down in the valley. You come around, Valaki,
Mm-hmm.
Lake Zarovich. I think I keep saying Lake Baratok, but it's Lake Zarovich. It's north of Valaki.
Baratok's over here. That is where the Mad Mage is?
The Mad Mage is there,
Okay.
yes. Yep. There was Kresk. I
Right.
guess still is,
Yep.
but, you know, was. Wizard of Wines over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yester Hill right there. This is Argin Vostolt. This is Berez, where you were
Right.
looking for the Baba Lysaga.
Mm-hmm.
This is the beginning of Sayre Pass, and this is Mount Gacchus, where you keep seeing weird stuff. And this up here is where you have heard to the northwest werewolves be.
Wait, so what is
This is our immediate destination right here. That's
Yep.
what
you? But then, okay, so where
But we
is
do need
where
to
I
get-
saw the belladonna?
over there.
All the way over here?
Here-ish, yep.
So, but
where are
also
we now?
Need to get up to Lake Baratok, though, correct?
Yeah, you got. Here are the things you need to do. Essentially, the stuff you know. Number one, Baratok to find the mage. Potentially, that's where he is. Should you want to close the loop on werewolves, it's up that way. You know you want to check out Argin Vostolt. You know you want to deal with the Baba Lysaga. You know you want to head up the mountain because there's all kinds of weird stuff up there. One of which, of course, being the Belladonna to heal Esme.
But do they really know that?
we got a vision of it.
The vision was
She
clear enough.
Okay.
Alright, looking at our map unfolded on the floor of the church, I still say we hit Augenlisto, Baba Lysaga. We actually make a trip up, find the mage.
We don't know that's where the werewolves are. Do we?
He said
We
they
did.
were north.
Yeah.
over
They
by there.
told us when we were bandying words.
Somewhere around here are werewolves. If we see them, I say deal with them. If not,
I think we should find them. They're making like an army of children or using them to fight each other.
Having children fight each other.
That's what that dead werewolf said.
Why didn't you tell us?
Seems
Because I didn't even want to acknowledge that it was.
That's vile.
that changes things, I think. I would not feel good riding away from a location.
The ones who
Or an area
survive
I
are the
know.
ones that they allow to stay.
And I guess we go to the werewolves and Lake Baratok first. Is that what we're saying? We'll still do what we were doing.
It is not a far enough journey where I think it would derail us too far to go to Argenvastad first. Discover knowledge. Knowledge can help us maybe in both cases.
Yeah, this is a hex is a quarter mile, so it's pretty small overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could reach Argenvostolt in
A couple hours.
like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And no encounters.
I say we go to Argenvastad.
Knowledge can only help us. It is a valuable tool here in a land where we know close to nothing.
I'm fine with that. I've been wanting to go to Argenvastad since we learned of it.
You have been-
Baba Lysaga's right there after that. Ideally.
yes.
And then we go up, deal with the werewolves, find the mage, and find the Belladonna, and whatever evil awaits us on that mountain.
I agree.
After that, unless we want to go deal with the hags, I don't know what else there is to do.
Strahd.
Strahd. That's right, Edge.
The man himself. If you could call him a man anymore. Well, there's no use in delaying. We do have a ticking clock going. Osprey and I are ready if everybody else is.
I'd like to stop that wedding if we could.
We do need to run by the smith and pick up our weapons first, however.
That's right.
don't want to forget my spear, personally.
Pick up a few rations. Anybody
Get your
want to do
cold weather
anything
gear
else?
ready.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'd be like, oh Hedge, I got you these.
Thank you.
You don't have to wear them if you don't like Hedge.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, yeah, legitimately laughing.
If you do not need those, Osprey could use a cold weather blanket.
Go for it. Balashaw needs none. Start walking out.
He'd actually kind of chuckle.
I
at
love that. I wish I had inspo to give.
That is good.
Sassy.
Yeah, Waylon got cold weather gear that kind of actually sits under his armor more.
Yeah. Insulation.
Yeah,
All
maybe
right.
some tufts of fur poking out here and there.
You all begin to head out as Father Lucian is preparing for a grand state funeral, if you will. Looks like he's got preparations underway, working with the boys, who are sort of his acolytes, and there are now some volunteers who have kind of come to his aid as well. Sees you all clearly decked out, in your new furs. Look quite nice. It's the first time you've looked nice, because really when you think about it, you guys have been here, your armor just takes punch after punch after punch.
Yeah.
Like, you guys were starting to look not so, but now you're in brand new clothes, ready to roll.
Look
He
good, fight
nods
good.
at you all and says, "When will I see you again?"
Suppose a couple days if we're lucky. If we're unlucky,
Maybe never.
I don't believe that.
neither do I. We're
Well,
going.
be well. He sticks the mighty hand out. I mean, he's not a fighter or anything.
Yeah, but
Does it for your benefit. Driessa, keep them safe.
I will certainly try.
your flock is bigger. Willing.
That's right.
I know we did tell him about the wedding. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
he
sure.
knows.
I mean,
He knows.
right, whatever prep you need to make for the wedding. Your people need to be safe.
It is distasteful, but we'll do what we must.
Hopefully we'll be back to stop it.
We will.
He'll pause. And I think walk out abruptly.
All right. Esme, pleasure, Wayland, Hedge. Keep an eye on them.
Oh, I will.
All right, my friends. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. Watch after this town, please. It brings us hope on the road knowing that they have some here.
I will. As you walk out, you hear him start praying to the Morning Lord for your safe journeys. And you all proceed out of town, and as you do, it's dead silent. Just nobody says anything. A couple of people watching. It is early morning, so there's not like crowds or anything.
Is it like when Faramir rides out with his men?
Oh yeah,
Duscillion.
100%.
Dropping flowers.
Exactly. You guys are walking out, riding out. Gentle snow starts to fall. Starts kind of sticking to the fur of your new cloaks as you all ride out. A little light dusting on the ground, leaving horse prints and shuffling footprints. You all head out, hit the road, and know the path. It's not hard. Like I said, it takes about 2 hours, really. A little longer, actually, because you kind of have to go around. There's a river valley that cuts through. You'd have to climb quite a steep embankment. Not long after, the winding branch of the old Svalek Road opens up into the river valley. Below, you can see that you're quite high up. And there juts a quiet promontory upon which looms a sepulchral mansion. Its turrets capped with fairy tale cones, its towers lined with sculpted battlements. A third of the structure has collapsed, as part of the roof, but the rest appears intact. A dark, octagonal tower rises above the surrounding architecture and almost looks like a lighthouse. Which is strange, of course. Out of the fog comes a distant peal of thunder, accompanied by the howling of wolves in the valley below. but the house stands silent, seeming like the fossilized remains of some long-dead thing smote upon the mountainside. You all continue to approach, and as you do, you can get to the front entrance. You see perched atop a huge 10-foot-high cube of pure granite is a moss-covered statue of a dragon. Its wings are tucked close to its body, and the statue looks east toward the mansion.
Watching over its keep, no doubt.
As you look at it, Caecilius, you have no issue, and Esme, you know too. It is a silver dragon. You can tell by its fins that are somewhat crumbled.
The silver dragons are not one of the evil dragons.
Right, they're the good guys. The statue is another 15 feet tall, imposing upon this block. You all continue on?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean, he would, regard it the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
Riding past.
Alright, the main entrance is flagstone steps flanked by stone railings. Climb to a landing in front of a pair of tall wooden doors with rusted iron bands and knockers shaped like dragons. They're like dragons like in a loop. Carved into the lintel above the entrance is the word Arginvostolt. And as you stare at it, you hear a click. Look behind you. The dragon's jaw opens, and you hear a hissing sound. But there's nothing. Seems as if it was at some time a trap.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
A dragon that's run out of breath, even a stone one, would make me cry if I had tear ducts.
Should we not?
That was a lie. They do have tear ducts.
You guys go in?
Yeah, don't see why not.
Everybody ready?
So look
On our way out,
abandoned.
we did get our weapons, right?
Completely
Yeah, we
abandoned.
did. We stopped by
Yeah,
that.
like, Yeah.
I would knock.
You knock. You hear it echoing through stone. No response. Silence
What door were you looking
greets
for?
you.
Don't really know, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Some history.
here to investigate, I believe.
I'd like to search this whole place, though. I can feel that there's something important here.
This is a big, sparse dungeon, so I am not going to draw every bit of it to scale. I'm going to draw a very tiny map, and we will blow it up as needed. Alright? So, you enter, and you enter a grand foyer. Huge. Massive central staircase heading up, stairs leading off to the right. The room feels like a king's tomb. The grand staircase leads up to stone balconies, held aloft by stone pillars and arches. A tall, faded tapestry depicting a nobleman in silver armor hangs from an iron rod above the staircase's landing directly ahead of you. 6 sets of double doors lead from the foyer. There are 2 immediately adjacent to the entrance, and I can draw this out. 2 halfway down on the sides, and 2 more at the far end of the massive foyer. And it's essentially a room about like this. Here's the entrance. Door, 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 door.
Is it big enough for Osprey to come in, or would I have to have left him outside?
It is. It absolutely is. And actually, the other double doors are on the back like that.
Put him inside then.
The 6 sets of double doors lead from this foyer. Along the walls, displayed on marble pedestals, you see 3 alabaster busts of handsome men. They look quite chiseled and high cheekbones, sharp noses. A 4th bust and its pedestal has been knocked over, and the shattered remains are strewn across the mosaic floor. 2 huge chandeliers of wrought iron hang from the ceiling like monstrous black spiders.
Cool.
Do they look like they can be lit again?
Do they look lit?
Do they have candles like actively in them? or-
Yes, they do. Place is filled with dust. There's some light streaming in from some holes and some things that have crumbled, and the light streaming in beams. There's just suspended motes of dust everywhere. So you know, as you entered in here, this is the south side of the mansion. This is the side that looked crumbled.
Gotcha.
A third, so those two doors likely lead to ruin, as you just saw coming in.
Okay.
Seems the shortest way to
Probably
rule out
nothing
those
in the
doors.
ruin.
Wouldn't hurt to poke our heads in though. Quick check.
For sure.
Waylon would probably open the closest one to the doorway.
Okay. Wayland, as you step into the room, you all feel the hair stand up on the back of your neck for a moment, and you hear the flapping of massive wings. Sounds like a dragon. And you see a shadow with wings receding into itself and flapping out. Shadow cast from no light source. And it flies from the upper right side across the floor, disappears into the shadows to the left, and as it does, you hear.
Wait, we see the shadow in the room?
Mm-hmm.
Like it sounded like something was flapping its wings in the room.
Correct.
Did
'Cause
that
you only
sound-
saw the shadow.
Did that sound like a breath weapon trying to go off or something?
It just sounded like a hiss, a distant hiss.
Question?
Yep.
In his other universe, has Waylon ever seen a dragon? Did they
No.
exist? Okay, yeah, so
Nope.
so he's probably pretty shaken seeing that happen.
His name's
Yeah,
like
no.
another day.
You might have heard of one.
Yeah.
I've never seen one.
Best to check that with you.
It might be premature, but I'm gonna end right here.
No, that's
entered
good.
our
That's a
guest.
good- that's a good-
I think
yeah.
that's the coolest thematic. Like whoosh, us standing, the camera panning out on rubble.
Standing in
Yeah.
this deserted seeming mansion. So, I kind of like ending early too because we can go around the table about where everyone's characters are.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining us. We'll just kind of wrap up here a little bit, like hearing characters' thoughts. Don't want to get stuck into anything else after right there. So we have officially entered Argenvastalt, and that, ladies and gentlemen, means you may take level 7.
Oh!
Oh!
And
Does that mean Osprey gets a level up?
I'm gonna give him one every other level. So he's essentially level 3 right now with 3
Yeah.
hit dice. So at level 8 he can have another hit die. We all thinking? Where's everybody's heads after today?
Oh man. We had a lot of roleplay tonight. That was
roleplay
that was
syndrome?
good.
Nice.
Waylon's a little bit conflicted. Each town that he's left now, he's left leaderless almost. You know, and that. Well, not really, because Velaki has the church now, which he feels better about.
It's probably better off.
Yeah.
Truthfully, Vlaki's the only place that's maybe better off.
But he's also hopeful. We are making changes in kind of a good way. So he's feeling good. He thinks that knowledge is the key to beating Strahd. So anything to bring on that additional information they can use, because he's convinced that their martial prowess is not going to be enough after the fight at the pond and seeing everything that he's done so far.
Yeah, he got a little rough. So how about you, ladies?
Teresa is thankful that no one died. That in our party, a lot of other people died.
True.
She's just thankful no one in our party died. Just because, straight up, she wakes up and she's like, oh my god, it's a blessing to be alive right now. And then, 2, she's, scared for her BFF, Esme. she's just like, the most pressing thing on her mind, even though she hasn't spoken up and like forced it, is that she just wants to get that belladonna.
Yeah.
And like make sure Esme's good.
Makes sense.
I feel like Esme is now fighting two monsters. Like,
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh,
You get
whoa,
you
Lydia,
start
I just
next
got
sesh with an
goosebumps.
inspiration.
Yeah, that was
Definitely
got
start next
bumped.
sesh with an inspo.
wow.
Don't let us forget, Sean.
Here, just put it in
File that
your
away.
dice bag.
Just put it in your dice.
Commit that to the hard drive.
Sear that one in. Oh
Like
yeah.
it.
I won't say anything else then.
Yeah.
Pretty good. What about Hedgie? Hedgemon,
He's kind of happy.
right?
Yeah.
Being
I mean,
useful.
yeah, well, it's just that he kind of like, he saw this group as like heroes
Yeah.
and people who could finally do something to deal with Strahd. And every time they have a victory, it just kind of solidifies.
Reaffirms that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So he's, he's simple anyway.
Yeah.
He's not worried about all. I mean, he's been in the darkness for so long that he kind of sees a light at the end of the tunnel.
I love it.
Although I don't think he would express that
Yeah.
openly.
Not yet. Anyways,
No,
maybe.
no.
Yeah.
But
Maybe
it does.
never.
It does kind of like it is kind of like bringing him out of the bit of gloom he had for destroying the abbey.
Yeah. Well, like you said, he compartmentalizes quite well.
He does. Yeah.
And moves along. How about Caecilius?
Caecilius has a lot of feelings, as should be no surprise. Definitely he's feeling the time crunch and wanting to stop the wedding. I also think that he's being realistic and like preparing himself on like, I might not be able to stop the wedding. I mean, that's desperately what he would want to do, but he's like, I might not. And I think he frankly trusts Irina enough anyway to be like, even if I can't, like, that's not the end. Like, we need to still shoot for it.
Right.
But, I mean, I think he's feeling good about what they did. I mean, he wishes that they had maintained some leadership, but I also think he's not altogether. He's like, I mean, the
But
church.
they do have leadership.
Yeah, he's like the
Yeah.
church leader. He's like the same with Danovich. Like we did that in Barovia. He's like, I mean, I've propped up the church. I've done my duty as a paladin. I've dispensed justice. I've made people like attend their faith. And he's
Right.
like, I think he sees himself. He's like, I've done what I'm supposed to. Like I'm supposed to be a leader in like righteous action, and I was a leader in righteous action.
I love it.
And now I think he's frankly not afraid of Arginvista. I think he's just stoked
Yeah.
to be in a place even tangentially related to a dragon at
Right.
all.
The kind of only place in Barovia.
Slightly more personal note. Wayland has, in his mind, officially shed the name of Smallbrook. He
Love
is
it.
no longer affiliated.
Do you have a new one?
He, not yet. But he
All right.
right now he is just Lord Wayland at this point. And that for him was a big step. Whether he settles down here in this land or follows you guys back to yours, he is not going back to Jaipur.
I love it.
He does not want any part of that life
Tight.
anymore.
All right, well, that's it for us tonight, guys.
If
I
you
am
have a
going
choice.
to launch
This
a
is true.
raid
This
on
is true.
another live play group called Different Elves. Going to kick that raid off right now. We got just a couple minutes there, a couple seconds, really. You can catch, let's see, me tomorrow night on Welcome to the Party from a hotel room as I'm traveling for work. That'll be interesting. It's a wrap up to our story, which is getting pretty fun. On Tuesday, we will not be playing, unfortunately. I'll take that off the schedule because of my work travel, as nice as it would be. And Wednesday, you can catch Sean on Channel Greyhawk. So thank you all for joining us. See you next.
Bye.
Bye.
See you, Nene. See you, Nene.